So, all right, welcome to the Blaqamore podcast. At least that's what we're gonna call it for now. Got a guest with me. You can introduce yourself.
Yeah, what's up? My name's Duff.
Hell yeah, we're gonna, we was chopping it up. We was sitting here talking about who we think has it easier in life, men or women. Who do you think has it easier in life?
For me, I think women have it easier in life
Women.
because here's a few looks on it. When we open the doors, who do we open the doors for?
Women.
Yeah, nobody really holds the door open for a man, right? It's always for a woman.
Typically.
You know, when you go to court, whose side are they on?
Typically the women in the case of children.
Yeah, shit like that, yeah. All right. We was in the middle of Times Square right now, and some chick hollers out, "Who wants to fuck me?" What's gonna happen?
She'll get options.
Exactly, but what if a guy does that?
Depends on the guy.
No. There's gonna be people calling the police and you know, if the woman's in the middle of Times Square and she does, says that, guys will line up. Guys will, she'll have the options. If a guy does that, they're gonna be looked at crazy and shit, and people might be, reporting on them, calling on them. If a girl grabs a guy's ass in public, what's gonna happen?
A fraudulent Me Too movement.
But if a guy grabs a woman's ass in public, what's gonna happen?
It's definitely a Me Too.
The girl will get away with it, the guy won't get away with it.
Yeah. But those are, let me ask you this. So, would you rather, if you could start it all over, would you rather be a woman? Not on no gay shit, but just...
No, I wouldn't rather be a woman.
No, why not?
No. I'd rather...
Why not? Because they got it so easy, why not?
I mean, I was meant to be a man. I'm perfect, and I'm glad and happy. I am what I am and who I am. So I would rather not be a woman. All the makeup and all the other shit, the periods and being pregnant and just all the other shit.
As a man, they got to deal with that.
Yeah, I ain't got to deal with that.
So you rather deal with the problems you got than the problems they got.
Yeah, exactly.
So would that not prove that women have it, or that men have it easier than women?
I would say
I'd much rather be called a perv for saying who want to fuck in Times Square than have a period every month. And whatever else they go through, things that we probably ain't aware of like that, as far as whatever sexism they face. I only got to deal with racism. They got to deal with both of that shit. Both black women got to deal with racism and sexism.
Yeah. See, now as we get into that, since I'm mixed and shit, I get treated like that here and there, but then I get to feel like I get to slide sometimes and shit. Just because my complexion is lighter than yours. But then there are other people that looks at me, like he's just a nigga and shit like that too. You know what I mean? I probably would be pulled over and harassed more if my skin was your color than versus what my color is and shit like that. If I got multiple people in the car and shit like that.
Yeah, I think men got it easier, man.
Yeah. You do?
Yeah, I think, because I figure if we didn't, we would say shit. Women always say, I wish I was a boy so we could do this. I don't never hear no straight man say, I wish I was a woman.
Nah, he better not say that.
But a straight woman will say, I wish I was a man.
That's why they got it easier. Why you think a woman could say another woman is cute? But a guy can't say that.
But why would a straight woman say, I wish I was a man?
Why is it okay for them to say that and it's not okay for a guy to say that?
It's okay if that's what they really want to do, but a straight man wouldn't say that because we genuinely know we got it better.
Okay, so when a woman says, I wish I was a man, or another woman is cute, do you look at it in a type of way?
Oh no, you talking about them getting away with things that we consider gay?
See what I'm saying?
But that's feminine energy. That's just shit they could do.
That's why they can get away with it and we can't.
But that only I have no desire to call another man cute either, though.
I don't have the desire. I'm just saying, look at what they can get away with.
But that's light. That's light. That's light details of life.
Everything
that's stuff I don't envy.
I don't either. But I'm just saying, it's just not frowned upon or look crazy.
But what about so you got women who keep it real? We all, both men and women. If women could get away with fucking a bunch of niggas and not being judged, they would do it. And then there's some who's just bold enough to do it and they'll just take the judgment. Women can't do that. I can go fuck 10 bitches tomorrow, and I will get high-fived.
Exactly.
They will
be
get
praised and shit.
They will get judged.
Yeah.
I like that perk.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm about to do that, but I'm just saying that's something. We don't have to face that shit through high school. We'll get teased for not having women in high school. They'll get teased for having
too many. Yeah.
For that reason, and many others, I think we got it way easier. Because I fucks with them emotionally, and they be having all kind of whatever issues they go through that I don't know nothing about.
And I don't want to know about it.
And I'm glad I don't.
I don't want to know about that stuff either.
Yeah, I think men got it easier, man. I like those problems. I like the problems.
I like the men problems too. Maybe my perspective is just thrown off.
Yeah, what else? What was the other thing? Oh, the NFL protest. We gonna switching gears. That was a poor segue, but what's your thoughts on the NFL?
Shit, my thoughts is this all stems from shit. My thoughts on that are it stems from black people being treated wrong, all the shootings and shit that's happening, police, brutality and killing people and shit like that. But I just feel like Sundays is the time to go out there and make the 6-figure check that they pay you to, go out there and do it. And that's to play football. If you want to protest, Monday you got Monday through fucking Saturday to go fucking protest. I don't want to see you kneeling on the goddamn field. Kind of disrespectful to the soldiers and everybody else and shit. I'm not saying you got to stand for the flag. Marshawn Lynch, he sits, but he been sitting for years.
So why? Okay, he been sitting for years.
He been sitting for years, so he's not doing it in a disrespectful way. Everybody else.
Colin Kaepernick was sitting,
but then he started kneeling.
Do you know why he started kneeling?
Because of the black brutality.
He started kneeling because he talked to an actual captain, and it was like he said to make sure, because people was calling him disrespectful for it. It was like, so to make sure that we're clear that you're not trying to attack the soldiers, why don't you kneel? So it's like you're still giving reverence to the flag, but it shows that you're doing it for a cause. That's the only reason he started kneeling.
I haven't seen that interview. You know how many people haven't seen that interview? So
because
people
they didn't want him to.
Well, I don't care to look up anything on Colin Kaepernick, so I wouldn't know that and I might have missed it, not tuned into ESPN or whatever that day. But there's millions of people who have not seen that, so they really don't know that. So when they see you kneeling on a Sunday afternoon and maybe think it's for something else, when you're here to play football, bro.
But they started attacking him when he was sitting. And he ain't been the only one sitting. But when they asked him why he was sitting, then it became a problem. I'm sitting because niggas is getting shot in the streets. Oh, you can't do that. Stand for the flag. No problem with Marshawn. And if we want to be technical, he's being, and I'm not telling him to start standing for damn sure, but if we want to be technical, he's being more disrespectful because he's just chilling. Saying, I don't believe in standing for the flag because I don't fuck with y'all like that.
I don't think so with Marshawn because Marshawn has been sitting before the brutality stuff.
I know, because he knew that it was likely to happen in this country.
No, because you see how he doesn't want to talk in interviews? Yeah. His personality, he's so laid back and he's so just, I'm going to do what I do. I don't mean no disrespect, but I mean, I'm not disrespecting the country. I just don't want to stand for the song. Colin Kaepernick and them are trying to make a point about some shit when play football, bruh, and on some fucking Monday go protest and do what you do.
So we know. Hold on. So let's establish. We know he was sitting before he was kneeling, right?
I don't know that. Who, Colin Kaepernick?
Yeah.
I don't know that. You do, but I believe you. I know. Yeah. Okay.
He was sitting before he was kneeling. No problem. They just so happened to ask why. Then it became a problem. So they was like, yo, you disrespecting the soldiers of the flag. Colin Kaepernick, well, that's not my intention. So then a top-ranked lieutenant or captain or whoever, I don't know his name right now, said, well, yo, I feel what you're doing to make sure your message isn't misconstrued, so we know you ain't attacking the soldiers. Perhaps you should kneel. You should kneel. That's the only reason why he started kneeling. Or he would still be sitting, and if he was still sitting, there would still be problems with people talking about you need to stand up for the flag. He is not the first person to not stand for the flag. Marshawn Lynch ain't the only other person not standing for the flag. It's only an issue when he said it's because of police brutality. Because if Tim Tebow or somebody else was standing for doing, let's say this cause was for cancer or for lupus or something, do you think it would be an issue if he was kneeling to bring awareness to lupus? Do you think it would be an issue?
But he wouldn't be doing it for the national anthem.
So you don't think so? How you know?
The whole
Let's say
point, the whole
lupus
point
is kind of popular. Let's take something that's not as popular.
The whole point of him kneeling during the national anthem
is to what?
Even though it's because of police brutality,
Is to what?
it's because what is this? The song represents America. So him kneeling
And what is America?
Him kneeling is basically saying, fuck what America has going on right now because they're treating us wrong. So it is a form of disrespect, but he just dumbed it down a little bit though.
So who's really being disrespectful? The niggas.
The cops are being more disrespectful.
So why is the issue Colin Kaepernick?
Look,
why is the issue Colin Kaepernick? Just like you don't want to see niggas kneeling on Sunday, we don't want to see niggas dead. What the fuck? What should we be more pissed about?
Yeah, I'm more pissed about niggas dying and getting killed.
It's all right. That's
pulled over. All I'm just saying, when we turn on the tube on Sundays, it's about football. If you
just
want
like
to
when
protest,
we turn on the news on the evening, it's about who got a good sale going on and what policy did the president come up with that's gonna make our lives easier. Not fucking Ray Ray got killed for no reason. Just like you want to see that. And at least y'all get to, or football fans get to deal with y'all inconveniences once a week on a Sunday. We see this shit Monday through Sunday, 7 days a week. We can't escape.
Totally agree. I agree with you. But just on the football subject though, if you're here to play football, let's play football. And then what you do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, protesting and doing what you do that.
No, fuck that. We gonna make that shit very inconvenient.
And that's why he's jobless now.
He don't give a fuck about that.
Yeah, if you asked him that, he would rather be playing football than be without a job right now.
If that was the case,
because he did not want to fucking
If that was the case, that nigga would have stood up a long time ago. Just like these other niggas, like Dak Prescott tap dancing, because he wants his job. He gonna stand for Jerry Jones. If Colin Kaepernick really would rather be playing football, he would have been stood up.
Well, his ass got fucking kicked out of the league before.
All he had to do was stand up to get back in.
But he wasn't signed.
If he stood up, they would have no problem signing him.
But he's never even came out and said that.
Because he don't care. That's my point. If he really wanted to play, he would have stood up.
They talk about on ESPN all the time how he should have a job. He's deserving of a job.
Yeah.
I see players talk about he's better than second-string guys, a couple first-string guys. He's really not that good.
He's better than a lot of niggas starting right now.
I can't agree with that.
All 30s top starting, all 30 quarterbacks.
I can't say all 32.
Okay, so since you can't say all 32 of them, that means he's better than some starting quarterbacks right now.
There may be a handful of less, but he's really overrated and not that good, man.
To the point where he shouldn't be signed on a team?
We're not calling him a star. Okay, he's good enough.
He's an overall 79 on Madden or something. Come on, man. Probably more than that.
Yeah.
Come on, man. We had people who I can't, I ain't really watched it like this. I know it's been some trash. Whoever was playing for the Browns, I'm sure they was trash.
Yeah. There's a couple guys. There's a handful of guys.
Whoever backed up whoever backed up Deshaun Watson, who came in after he got injured. Whoever that was, I'm pretty sure Colin Kaepernick could start over him.
Yeah, it was somebody.
49ers, he could be back over there. It's all kind of. I mean, he had a good touchdown and interception ratio. He threw more touchdowns than he threw interceptions. All the starting quarterbacks ain't do that.
All right, so now let me ask you this. It's kind of the same subject, but let's make this transition. How do you feel about Trump then?
In what way is that?
And overall.
Of course, personal. Well, I can't even say personal because I ain't met him personally.
He's been talking shit about the NFL too, though. So
yeah, but overall, no, I don't like him. But I'm glad he's president.
You don't?
No, I don't.
You don't like him?
I don't like him. No, I don't think anybody does. But I'm glad he's. You do?
I do.
Oh, I can't wait to hear this. Mm-hmm. I feel like I want to hear this. People already know.
I called you on.
Everybody knows the reasons not to like Trump. Let's talk about the reasons why.
Keep this nigga off the show, Black. They're gonna be telling you.
So, well, you want to say my answer or you want to get yours off?
You can go ahead. I think you want to hear mine, but go ahead.
Yeah,
though.
well, for obvious reasons, I don't think I have to go into too much detail why I don't like him. The reason why I appreciate him is because nothing brings people together like a common enemy, which he would be. And he's like, Donald Trump is like an ass whooping. It's good for you. You don't like it, but it's good for you. Make it to a better person. That's why I appreciate Trump.
Great example.
Now, as far as me genuinely liking him, I'll leave that to you because I don't have answers for that.
Well, I don't personally know him, so it's not like a genuine like. It's just a like as far as I liked him before he became president. You know, I think you might have probably liked him a little more before he was president. Him becoming president has made it to where he's being more disliked and shit like that. But I used to watch his show, Celebrity Apprentice and shit. You know, I like that when people say shit crazy, he talks shit back, just like you would do if somebody was talking crazy to you or anybody else in this world. You dish it right back out. That's just normal, natural human shit. And I like that, he's the president and he doesn't fucking, walk on eggshells and shit and make sure he doesn't say this or doesn't say that. We know he's human. And I've been keeping up with the shit. Me and you talked about this before. The employment rate is a little bit up right now. It's a little bit more up than when Obama was in. For African Americans, it's a little bit up. It's like up 3 to 4%.
I'm not familiar with that.
You will have to look that up earlier. Yes, and he's on CNN talked about they don't even talk about shit else besides him. It's like they ain't got no other news. But I mean, for somebody who says what he wants, like most people do, like you said, he's doing shit. We get more money on our paychecks now. Right now it's like $10 or $20 more, and next year it's gonna be even a couple more dollars more. So he's helping me get more fucking money. I'm a working citizen, so if you motherfuckers don't work, then but whatever. But shit, I don't see anything wrong or anything bad that he's really done, man.
The kids being separated from their parents.
I'm glad you touched on that. Listen to this. Listen to this. Listen to this.
Shit.
Listen to this. I gotta go deep with you on this one. I got a lot to say about this one.
Let's do it.
All right, look.
It's gonna be good.
You gotta have paperwork to come to this motherfucker if you don't live here.
Says who?
Says how long has that been? That's been the law. That's the rule.
I'm just asking who said it though. Who put these laws?
I don't know, but that's the American law. I don't know whoever created that or whoever came up with that. But
do you think that matters?
It does matter.
Okay, so if it matters, why don't you know? I'm talking about. Do you think who matters who created it?
It doesn't matter who created it.
It don't matter who created it.
I agree with it.
Okay.
I agree with it. If you don't live here and you're from a third world country or somewhere not from North America, and you want to sneak, illegally cross into this motherfucker with no paperwork, and you know you shouldn't, and you got kids, and you do it any fucking way, knowing you're gonna get arrested or deported or caught at the border, ain't that bad parenting? You got kids and you still gonna sneak in.
What are they sneaking over here for?
It doesn't matter. I know what they're sneaking over here for better pay and better money and better life and all that shit, but that's not my problem. We all have fucking cards we were dealt, and you gotta play them.
And that's the card they decide to play.
Exactly. So when you have kids and you're illegal and you want to cross in here and they arrest your ass and send you back and keep your kids and you know that was going to be the outcome, that's your fucking fault. That's bad parenting. How the fuck am I going to feel bad for you because you knew what was going to happen, but you said fuck it and decided to do it anyway? He fucking banned all Muslims and shit, right? I get into with guys and folks about this all the time. The Latinos, you shouldn't be able to sneak here. You want to come and live a better life, fill out the fucking paperwork and get accepted. If I got rules to follow and if I break them, I gotta suffer the consequences. So why does some motherfuckers that I don't know, that I don't give a fuck about, why do they get to sneak in here and it be okay? When people come over here illegally and we don't got you documented, we don't got you on paperwork, when you commit a murder, guess what? We can't find you. We don't know who you are. That person, that family's loved one is just dead with no justice being served. There's no fingerprints, there's no name, there's no evidence on you.
How often do they do that?
It doesn't matter. It's just a possibility. Just fucking what? That was a year or two ago. The guy fucking hit the girl and killed the girl here on South Omaha, and he was illegal and shit. All they did was deport his ass back. They couldn't find him for a while, but still, I think they ended up catching him and deported his ass back and got him out of here. So he really didn't do no time here. He really didn't get there was no justice for the family. Trump has put a ban on all Muslims.
And you agree with that too?
And I agree with that. Listen,
what's a Muslim?
Muslim is not a ethnicity. It is a religion.
Yes,
that's why there's black people, white people, all kind of people go to prison.
Is there freedom of religion in America?
there's freedom of religion in America, but if you were
That's
already,
not a law?
I don't think it's not a law.
It's constitutional.
If you see, there's people here. See, all right, look. If you're a Muslim and you're from overseas, we gotta blame Osama bin Laden for the Muslims.
So the Muslims who was already here is cool. It's just
because
any new Muslims coming.
Exactly.
And that's what you're against.
Yeah.
So the Muslims who was already here before Trump said y'all got to stop coming.
Because they're probably. I mean, yeah. I mean, unless I mean, I'm not all the way fine with it, but anybody knew.
What's wrong with Muslims?
Listen, like I was gonna say, Osama bin Laden is the one to blame for Obama being like Trump making this rule, and this is why I agree with this. Hopefully, this makes sense to some people. Osama bin Laden sent terrorists to blow up the trade centers and shit like that, right? So ever since the trade centers, okay, allegedly. So ever since the trade centers and these terrorists, they're mostly all Muslim.
Says who?
Says the news, and when they catch them. Even the
Boston
Marathon, somebody who was out to kill a massive amount of people at once, as many people as they can.
Do you think Muslims are the most dangerous
terrorists
if you look at to America?
Right now, if you go look at
really,
if you go look at that Boston Marathon that happened a year or 2 ago, 2 years ago, whatever, look up the guy and his name. He's Muslim.
How many people died?
I don't know, but more than one, more than two, more than three. If you look up Osama bin Laden, if he's allegedly behind blowing up the towers, that he's
we're not even sure if he is or not. But go ahead.
We don't factually know. But
I go
off what my government says.
You go off what your government says.
So if go off, that's what they said.
Why would you go off of what your government says?
Because why wouldn't I?
Because there's so many other sources to make sure that they talking about what they talking about, and the government has a history, especially ours, for lying. That's why. Especially to us.
But hey, if I don't know that you're lying, then I'm just gonna.
But you know they're liars, so they're capable of it.
Everybody is.
Yeah, but some more than others. Especially, it's one thing to lie as an individual too, but as an organization,
yeah,
more than one. That means there's more than one corrupt person.
The way I look at it with the Muslim thing is like this: since allegedly Osama bin Laden is the one who put this thing together. And then when we look at the Boston Marathon and other stuff that happens, it's always Muslim people. It's kind of like this. We gotta ban all you Muslims from coming, since because of what's going on. Because I don't know if you or you or you or you or you could be a bomber. So just to make sure you guys don't bomb our shit, y'all all can't come until we figure it out. Because you can't take no chances. That's why I agree with that.
How do you feel about, especially like a black person who doesn't like all white people?
I mean, I'm not a racist person and shit, so.
How do you feel about those who will perhaps be called racist because of that black dude? No, fuck all these white people. I don't like them. Fuck them. Can't trust them. Do you think that's wrong?
Yeah.
Why?
Because why
you
not
just
like
said,
somebody?
You just said, I'm telling you, you just said until we figure out who did all this shit as far as Muslim people, fuck all of you.
Yeah, I'm not saying I don't like them. I'm just saying since they're always the one.
You understand it though, right?
I understand why this happened.
So do you understand a black person who don't like all white people?
Yeah.
You do or you don't understand?
I do understand it, but
so why call them a racist and think it's wrong if you understand them?
Because the white people and the black people thing, it goes way back.
Which makes it more potent.
No, until this police brutality stuff has been happening to drive whites versus blacks.
Which has been happening. It's just being re-awared.
Yeah, well, it's just been happening in the last what though?
No, forever. It's just been resurfacing on a popular level.
Well, I'm talking about the police brutality. The police
it never stopped.
Yeah, it never stopped, but I'm saying, it's on a platform, it's on TV
yeah, so now people
see
ever since about 5 years ago.
See, but the Muslims and shit, this is all even, just more recent. And see, the black and the white people thing has always been from way back.
Okay,
even if the police brutality with the shootings.
So shouldn't you be more inclined to understand a black person who doesn't like all white people than we'll say conservative people, because typically it's conservatives who say fuck all Muslims?
See, this goes to, you can't just,
Can't just what?
You can't just.
Can't just what?
Okay. You
say
shouldn't.
It.
You shouldn't just.
You shouldn't just.
hate a whole race.
Hate a whole race
because
of
the past or a person.
So, what makes it okay
That's kind of like
for people to say fuck all Muslims?
That's kind of like you in a new relationship with a chick, and now everything that's happened with her past boyfriends, she's bringing it into the relationship with you and shit.
I'm with you. So, why is it okay for Trump and others who agree with him, which I'm assuming such as yourself, to say fuck all Muslims because of a few bad apples, but it's not okay for a man who's been in a tarnished relationship to say fuck all women, or a black man who's historically been getting raped and shit by white people for 400 or 500 years to say fuck all white people, especially since it's been happening for centuries until we figure this shit out. What's the difference?
Because it's never going to be figured. If it's been 400 years and centuries and shit, then it seems like it's never going to get figured out.
You think it's never gonna get figured out?
I don't think so.
Because if we want to be for real, we could really say it's only because the slavery was a slavery, and that was just damn. And then so once they
That's
gave
where
us,
it stems from.
since they gave us ever since they gave us room to breathe, which was what about 100 years ago, I think we've made significant strides since then.
A little progress.
So I wouldn't say it's never gonna happen, and I think everything's gonna be all right sooner than people think.
Well, it's not going to completely stop.
Nothing to ever completely stop it. I think we'll be at a more comfortable level sooner than people think, and I think that's why there's so much fear these days.
I don't think so, because even if it stops for a while, it's gonna come back again. Because you know it always comes back again.
It'll come on even if it ain't racist.
Closing and all that shit. Yeah, it'll stop and all. It comes back again and shit like that. So.
But my brother, so now that we've established I would say a flaw in your logic, because you said it's okay, or are you saying it's not just
But
because it never happened?
I'm not saying
Because we've been beefing with Muslims forever too. The Holy Crusades. That's probably been. I think that's longer than black and white.
But since I'm not racist, so I'm not saying I hate Muslims. I just agree with why Trump he's put the ban and won't let them come over. Because of the killings and shit that's happened, and the people on planes and blowing up shit. I understand, like I just said, a terrorist is a woman or a man. So we don't know if it's you. We can't spot you out. So because your people have kind of fucked it up for you, we just gotta say you guys can't come right now until shit gets better.
Why? Because I heard you say that Muslims is not a.
It's not an ethnicity.
Like you were saying, I heard you say. Being Muslim is not an ethnicity, it's a religion. So that means anybody could adopt it. Yeah. You don't think it's flawed to say fuck all Muslims when you could literally become a Muslim today? Because I taught you about the truth of Allah. Why not? How you know?
Because
have you heard their
no, and I'm not interested because I already believe in what I believe in, and I'm sticking.
Which is you a Christian or?
No, I'm not a Christian. I believe in God, and I just live my life the way I want to live it. I'm already who I am. I don't want to be nothing else. I don't want to study that. I have no interest in knowing about that.
So.
I don't want to change.
You don't think it's flawed to say fuck all Muslims though?
I mean,
since we know that it's not
Trump didn't say that because I haven't talked to Trump. So Trump didn't say fuck all Muslims. Okay.
Ban all Muslims.
Yeah, I think it is good. I think it's acceptable.
Even people who are not of that ethnicity who's done this shit, what are they, Arabs or?
It's always Arabs.
Pardon my ignorance. I don't know the exact race of people.
It is the Arabics and it's Arabics, Arab, whatever you want to call it, and then. People that live in that country.
From Afghanistan. Is Afghanistan, that's what we got problems with?
And it's Afghanistan and there's other little continents and pieces over there and stuff around. Like that.
So we'll say Afghanistan and surrounding areas.
There's people like French Montana's from fucking Morocco, Africa, but his religion is Muslim.
So you say
fast as shit.
So would you ban more people from Morocco too, even though they ain't did shit? They just believe in this. They just have the same faith.
Yeah, if you're of that faith, if you're of the Muslim, I agree with him. It's really coming from the Afghanistan people and that part of the shit, not the Africa. But
so should we ban Afghanistan in them, or should we just ban all Muslims across the planet?
Just do it Muslims all across the planet.
And not just Afghanistan.
And not just Afghanistan.
Why does that make sense?
Because if you study that religion, you're down for that cause. You're down for
No. If you study the religion, which clearly you haven't, because you said you hadn't,
and I don't
you wouldn't be down for that cause. No. Do you remember Malcolm X ever bombing the building?
Okay. No, I don't remember that. Him ever doing that.
He was a Muslim.
No. But that was a different time. We talking about
It means
now.
different time.
We
The
talking
Quran
about
ain't
now.
been updated.
No, but
the
we
Quran
talking-
is the same.
We talking about what people are doing now to make that culture or that religion get
Culture.
No, that
Culture.
I messed up.
What
I
you
messed
messed up on?
To make that religion of people get banned.
Now let's go back to culture because that's what it really is. And culture is limited to locations. Afghanistan and surrounding areas, we'll say.
Yeah, well, a culture.
Morocco is not over there.
The definition of a culture is a group of people who are all doing the same thing. So there's multiple cultures.
And they're not doing the same. All Muslims are not doing the same thing, correct?
But that culture most likely is.
Most likely.
Okay,
So what proof do you have of this? What non-Afghanistan and surrounding area
I only
Muslim?
go off of what I know, of what I see of who getting bombed.
I know, so tell me what you know. What non-Afghanistan and surrounding country area Muslim has committed any kind of atrocity anywhere, but particularly in America?
I don't know of it, but I know that it's
neither
happening
do I.
somewhere. It's happened somewhere at some point. I don't know.
How can you come to that conclusion?
Because it's not all being reported on TV, so you know it's had to happen.
If there is a war on Islam, why wouldn't it be?
It's happened somewhere.
It's not happening. It's not. Especially because, and then just like how you're doing that, just think over there, they could be saying the same thing about Christianity because we are a Christian
they
nation.
probably are.
And would it make sense for them to ban all Christians, or would it just make sense for them to ban people from America since that's who they have beef with?
It would make sense for them to ban people from America.
So why wouldn't it just make sense for us to ban Afghanistan and surrounding areas as opposed to the whole religion, which could apply to the whole planet, whosoever catches affinity to studying the Quran or
because
the
the people here, you can't. They're already here. You can't ban them.
Okay, I'm talking about people in Morocco. I'm talking about people in Asia and China who are Muslims. What about people in Australia? We ain't got no problems in Australia.
That's because it's been mostly happening from the people in Afghanistan, the war.
So once again, why are we not just banning them instead of all Muslims?
Because there could be Muslims that live in fucking
Could be.
Morocco.
You said you go off what you know. So tell me about what you know. Don't tell me could be.
Listen, there could be people that are from Afghanistan but have moved to another country and live there. But their
Look
folks
at all the tap dancing we gotta do.
Their folks still live in Afghanistan, and they okay. Look, if me and you are, let's say me and you are gang members, right? And I live in Memphis,
which
Tennessee.
they probably assume we are because black people are known for gang culture. So let's just say fuck all of them, and it's okay.
Exactly.
Because every black person's a gang member.
But that is that's the culture
of all black people.
No, of black folks, not of all black people.
You can't say of black folks and then say not of all black folks. It's either that's a contradiction. Is gang membership the culture of black people? Yes or no?
Yes.
How?
Yes.
What percentage of black people are gang members? Is it 100%?
No, it's not 100%.
So then it's not the culture of black people.
Okay, listen. When you
is it a culture that we invented?
Yeah. Right?
No.
It's not.
Who we get gang banging from? The white people. That's who.
Right,
first gangsters over here was white.
All right. So you schooling me now, but
that's not even nothing to go to school. Just think. Who was first, Crips or the Mafia?
Okay, mafia.
You just think. That's not the education. You just gotta think.
I love the mafia shit too.
We love them, but we hate them Crips and Bloods, don't we? See what's happening, my brother. It's cool when they do it, but it's fucked up when we do it. It's okay for white people to say fuck all Muslims, but it's not okay for a black person to say fuck all white people.
Look,
it's okay for white people to come over here and do some real gangster shit. We kill each other. They kill everybody else. If there was a good way to do it, they do it the right way. If they're praised, Crips and Bloods, we gotta do something about it. Something gotta be done about Chicago.
If me and you grew up in the same gang, let's say we're kids, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, we're grown up, we're Bloods, we're Crips, whatever fuck gang color you want to represent, and we've been living in the same city like we live in now. We're not gang members though, but let's just say we were, and you know, later on in life, I moved to fucking Florida, and you're living in California and shit. Now we're separated, we're ways away, but I still go by the same rules.
Do you?
Or I'm still down for you.
Really?
And, yeah.
Because I just know most, not all.
So if that person from Afghanistan doesn't necessarily live in Afghanistan anymore, but they just moved to some other part of the region or the country where
why
they
do
live.
people typically move?
Better living, boyfriend, girlfriend,
start new lives,
turn over a new leaf.
Yeah.
Well, I ain't gonna always say turn over a new leaf. Just shit happens. You
start something new. If you're doing something new, ain't that turning over a new leaf?
You might have an abusive boyfriend.
Yeah, so let's turn over a new leaf.
No, it's not a new leaf, but bitch,
Are you talking about the abusive boyfriend that drags her with him?
Yeah, it's just all kind of reasons.
How often does that happen, though?
I mean, it happens
more
a lot.
often. What's the majority? What's the most common reason people move from one location to another? As far as not just around the corner,
it would
but
be
out
starting
of
a new fresh start.
Turn over a new life.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they usually
not because I'm doing anything wrong, just you grow up and want to do different shit.
Have you met any gang members that moved here from out of state?
No.
I've met a few. You typically don't do none of that shit no more, and that's part of the reason why they moved. A lot of times when people move, period, especially if we want to talk about people who's in that type of life, they move to start a new leaf, and they don't even do that type of shit no more. So in the example you gave, if you was to move to Florida, 9 times out of 10, the whole reason why you even moved was to get away from the situation we was born into.
No, maybe my girlfriend lives down there and wanted to move, or we wanted to go be
even
with
so, you couldn't even be active
work.
if you wanted to. If we
because the whole gang ain't there, so
exactly.
You can't even be active.
So why would you be a threat at that point? You're all the way in Florida minding your business with your new woman.
Yeah.
Same thing for that Muslim that moved to Australia. They ain't worried about death to America.
Well, then they need to keep moving further
They
east.
just want to come over here and work for goddamn Apple or something.
They need to, you need to fill out the paperwork, man, and go through the process.
You won't let them fill out the paperwork because they're Muslim.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah. They don't even get to fill out the paperwork right now. But for the Latin culture though, they need to fill out the paperwork, man. I don't agree with that sneaking in shit. If I go sneak into the movie theaters right now, I'm crossing the border lines of me needing to pay to get in the fucking movie theaters, and if I'm caught sneaking in, what's gonna happen?
So of most of the crime that we've been aware of, there's been okay. So first of all, how long has illegal immigration from like Mexico and shit been an issue to your knowledge?
It's not. It hasn't. It's just recently, within the last couple of years, actually been an issue. You know what I mean? I've gotten into politics.
You think they've only been sneaking over?
No, they've been sneaking over here for a long fucking time.
So how long do you think?
It's only been an issue for me as of the last.
Why is it an issue for you?
Because as I start looking at shit about how you over here illegally getting fake social security numbers, getting jobs taken away from jobs.
What
now
job
my
have they
taxes
took from
are going
you?
up more. Whatever the fuck case is,
Right.
I can't say it necessarily took anything away from me, but
so why do you not like
the American people are my people because I'm
what American? Okay, so what American person do you know? Like anybody specific?
No, it's just overall. I don't know anybody specific that.
How many people do you know? A lot of people.
I know.
You should go to public school?
Yeah.
Public school, so you met a lot of people.
Yeah.
You still,
yeah. I don't know anybody that's.
And you ain't met nobody who these Mexicans
that
that
I
fucked
lost
up their
a
life
job
yet?
because a Mexican came. No, I've never heard anybody
So
say
is
that.
this really a
but
problem?
the overall, yeah.
Says who? The news? Your government?
Yeah.
So you mean let's just review. You said that they have not affected you or anybody that you know. You just said that. It's on camera. You can say what you said, but it's on camera. They can rewind it.
The people.
No, we talking about you specifically.
It could have. There could be jobs.
You talking about these couldas, but you just said you only speak on what you know.
There could be a job that I wouldn't fill out an application for. You know when you go to a job and you want to fill out an application and they say we're not hiring, but you can fill out the app. Maybe they got too many Mexicans or Latinos or something working there, and now you can't get a job.
But what I'm saying is, you talking about first of all, earlier you said you only talk about what you know.
So
let's stick to what we know.
Okay, I can't actually know if I didn't get hired at a job because there's too many Latinos there, though.
Okay, so let's do
nobody
this.
would tell me that.
Let's do this. What jobs have you applied and got denied at recently that you remember that you care about?
I mean, the job I've been at for a while, so I mean,
so you haven't even applied anywhere?
I haven't had to, but
you haven't had to.
Yeah, I haven't had to apply to get turned down, but
so so let me ask you this: how many new employees, or how many people who work with you are Mexican?
Mostly Mexican where I work at.
They illegal?
I don't know. I don't think they're illegal, but they don't speak good English.
So they're not illegal.
I don't think. I mean, I don't know. I don't know them personally, so I can't say that.
Have you ever tried to put anybody on at your job?
Yeah.
Did they get on?
No.
There's
room to get on, but they didn't get on.
Did a Mexican take their place? Have you ever had somebody try to get on, they didn't get on, and then like a week later you see a Mexican working there, that didn't speak good English?
No.
Okay, so you still have yet to come with any real life example.
I mean, if I go to put an application, an employer is not going to tell me we have too many Latinos, so you can't get a job. So I will never know. But what the numbers show, or what we know it could be from people coming over here, they come over here to get more money and a better life, which means they got to get jobs to do that, which means we got illegal people getting jobs that could have been open for Americans, so they're taking jobs away from the people. Even though I don't know anybody specifically to say that,
but
we
you know
will
a
never
lot of people.
know.
How can you? What you mean you'll never
Because
know?
an employer is not going to tell you, we're sorry, we're not hiring right now.
If you say there's an issue, you have to know. Like I can say police brutality is an issue, and I can say that by just more than some shit I read. We could see the video. I could tell you personal experiences. I could tell you firsthand experiences. I could tell you that take too much taxes is an issue.
I agree with that.
Because I can look at the check and look, this is how much taxes they took away. My mama said the same shit, this and that.
I agree with that.
I can say fucking texting and driving is an issue. Because as we can see, I know that my nephew...
You keep using the word issue. That means
so
problem.
how is
that
this an issue?
Problem. It's a problem.
But you don't have any examples. You just know of what probably Fox News told you.
Yeah. Listen, now I don't want it to make it seem like it sound like I believe everything the news says. Some of it could be lies, some of it could be exaggerated.
What do you think they lied to us about? Is there anything? Well, what's your main like top 2-3 news sources, or your sources of information? Period. What's your top couple sources? As far as that you believe the most too.
I mean, I tune into all of it here and there when I'm flipping through the channels, and nothing else is on CNN, Fox News, and whatever the case may be. But that's just like without a book, or without the sources, which are the people who do the news, how do we find out any info to believe or not to believe?
Well, luckily, me and you were born in the late 80s or the 80s period, and we are in what they call the information age. So we don't have to depend on 6 o'clock news for our only source of information anymore like our grandparents did. We have the internet. Furthermore, because people just say Google and they leave it at that, you can look at the source of whatever it is that you are looking up, and then you could investigate that source to see if it's credible, do they have a bias perhaps, or any motivation to mislead you to push their own agenda. So as far as to answer your question, how do I know? That's how you can know. So when they tell you that these...
You believe everything you see on Google?
No, I believe it when I look at the source of who put it, and does that source have a...
You Google shit. Do you Google a lot of shit?
Hell yeah.
Do you believe everything you see on Google?
Not everything, no.
But you believe some of the shit you see on Google?
Yeah, once the source checks out.
But some of that shit... But how does the source check out?
Okay, so for example...
How do you know to not believe it or believe it?
This is a perfect example. It's I'm going to say a myth that black men are deadbeat fathers and we ain't shit dads. And if you was to ask a random person in America, what race of men do you think make the best fathers, black would be on the last of the list. But that is completely false. Black men actually make the best fathers. We're just not available because most of us are dead or incarcerated. The source of that is the CDC.gov, which is the American government,
right,
which we know that has been beefing with us for hundreds of years, so they have no incentive to make black people look good in any light. So if they're going to say that black men are the best fathers...
Who said this?
CDC.gov.
The government.
Yes, the government.
That you don't believe in. That lies.
Are you catching my point? Are you catching my point? The point is, the American government has had issues with black people since our inception of our relationship.
And they're going against what everybody's saying, and they're putting them higher on the list.
So if they're saying that...
This is the government you don't want me to believe, though, right? That you're believing. Right?
No, actually no.
That you said could lie and shit.
Actually no.
But now they're telling the truth when you look at the government. This is a terrible point, my brother.
It's a terrible point. For one, there's be different factions of the government. But when has American government ever went out of their way to lie to make black people look good? Ever. When?
Now.
Okay. So in real life, never. So
no, I don't know. I'm just saying. Now the government is.
But the government has a history of turning other. We'll say non-elitist populations against each other. It's the black people who's coming in here doing all this, with criminals locking up. It's the illegal immigrants coming over here stealing on your jobs. We gotta get them out of here. It's the Muslims over here blowing up everything. We gotta get them out of here. They have a history of doing that and lying to do so. They have no history of making any of the groups I just named look good. So when they say it, it has to be true because there's no denying that truth. That's an example of me looking into a source to see if it checks out. Because I know they have no incentive to push the agenda to make a black man look good in a household.
Have you ever Googled, has there ever been something wrong with you and like health rise or something and you just Googled
I
it?
did that one time, thought I was about to die, never Googled my symptoms again.
See?
But once again,
I mean, you're using more of a serious, sensitive subject and shit that we're talking about. But I'm just saying, we Google shit and you can't believe you can't believe, that shit
until you check the sources.
Yeah. But that means they're lying on Google.
That's why you check the sources. Like, Google is not the source. Google is a platform.
But
I can put something on Google. You can put something on Google. I'm going to put my sources up of where I got my information from on Google. You're going to put yours up. So we could both I could put illegal immigrants ain't that big a deal. You're going to put fuck them all or something that affect fuck them all.
Yeah.
I'm going to put the sources of my information, which should be this book, this source, this whatever. You're going to put yours. Once they see Fox News on yours, they're probably, unless they're conservative themselves, they may be a little bit more skeptical to believe yours since they have a history of pushing a conservative agenda no matter whether it's true or false. Because there are conservative things that I do agree with. So just in case I'm coming up too liberal to people, I'm about the truth.
I'm a conservative too.
I'm probably more conservative, especially economically anyway. But the truth is the truth. And I will probably be more liberal as far as social issues are concerned.
Yeah, I'm for what's right and shit. I'm not on the side. I'm for what's right and what I believe in.
But
even though I don't vote.
You don't vote for anything at all?
No, I've never voted in any of the presidential campaigns and shit like that.
I voted once. I voted for Obama just so I can tell my grandkids I voted for a black president. Yes,
That's wrong.
I'm one of them.
That's wrong. That's
why?
wrong.
And I will admit I voted just because there was a black president and
That's
I'm black.
why. That's why.
Well, let me tell you why it's not wrong. I have not gave a fuck, with the exception of perhaps John F. Kennedy, about any president we had. They both.
How old were we when JFK was? We wasn't even.
I know, but everything I've stated about him, I haven't.
You agree with?
For the most part,
Yeah.
that I know of. But I'm saying I don't care about none of the presidents. I don't agree. I don't say I don't give a fuck about like his humans, but I never agreed with. I don't believe in that whole process anyway. To me, whoever is in office, it don't matter. It's just who you want to tell them what's about to happen to you, because what's about to happen to you is gonna be the same anyway. I just wanted to see what does it look like if he's black.
Did it matter to you if Hillary was president or Trump was?
No, I preferred Trump, even though I wasn't gonna vote for him.
So it does matter if you have a preference.
Only reason why I preferred Trump is because same reason why you say you like him. He don't give a fuck. He ain't with that political shit. He gonna tell you to your face. And I felt that we, really as black people, but now I'm saying it's just people in general, decent people, need to see what these motherfuckers really think of us, and Trump is gonna be the one to tell us, as opposed to Hillary, who will make it feel she's gonna fuck you too, but it's just gonna feel better. You'll feel comfortable as it happened.
Yeah,
so I
can't sit up here and say that Trump is probably not completely racist, but I think a lot of people, not most people, a lot of people, their eyes, they're not open to seeing, or they're not aware of what's going on. The people who are just, oh, he's racist, instead of actually looking, investigating, researching, hearing shit out. You just hear, I know people who just hear, Muslims can't come and we're putting up a wall, and then they just go to racist. But they haven't paid attention to no other political shit. They just on Facebook posting shit and saying he's racist because of that.
Ain't that kind of what you did with the Muslim ban?
No,
I mean, because I agree with people who do that.
I have reasons. They have been the ones behind mass fucking killings. So
why would Afghanistan and surrounding areas have? It's on camera. They can see it.
But it's still the Muslim people. So why
in the Afghanistan and surrounding areas, those Muslim people.
Yeah. So
okay. So not all Muslims.
Not all Muslims are bad.
Matter of fact, let me take it a step further. Not the majority of the Muslims.
No.
Let's do that.
But Osama bin Laden has gave the culture
allegedly
a bad name.
I'm not even certain on that story, but whatever. I don't have evidence to go against.
Why do you think stereotypes exist? Because somebody from a culture,
because
a majority of a culture.
But we both just agreed majorities of Muslims is not the case. It's just Afghanistan.
No, but this is why stereotypes happen. Because a majority of a group of a culture.
So the majority of that geography. of Afghanistan and the majority of them.
That's fucked up.
And that's probably ignorant too, but just for the sake of this conversation, that's the case. Not majority of Muslims.
I know, but because of
so why are we banning all Muslims?
Because the
Afghan
people who represent the Muslim culture have made
they
the
do
word
not
Muslim,
represent the Muslim culture. They do to you because your only source that is Fox News. They do not represent the Muslim culture.
But the bombers that been Muslim, Boston Marathons, blowing up World Trade Centers, they just made it to where if you got Muslim stamped on you or you practice that, Trump is just like, right. Even though you came from, you're not from Afghanistan. You hear the word Muslim and you don't live in North America.
So shouldn't Christians be banned from the world? Actually, shouldn't all Christians just be exterminated?
For what?
For all the fuck shit they didn't did ever. Because all white people came and done it in the name of Christianity.
Anybody that's done some fuck shit should be exterminated.
But I'm saying, white people have done everything in the name of Christianity.
There's black people that's Christian. So
because of what?
So now
because
you
of
white
who?
Christian.
Because of who?
It doesn't matter. You're talking
it
about
does
Christians.
matter.
If we're talking about Christians, make sure you include Mexicans.
Why are we Christians?
Catholic,
Do you not know how a majority of, like, when a whole nation has like a dominant religion, and especially when they had one before and then it changed later, do you know how that typically happens?
No.
Through violence and war. White people will come to different nations, kill them, and say, yo, we here now, and this is the God you believe in now, our God. Black people, Africans, were not typically Christian before they brought us over here to enslave us. The Bible was practiced over there, but it's not even how the way we've even been indoctrinated with Christianity wasn't even the same. We don't even have the most pure form of the Bible over here. The closest we have is a King James version.
That's why I don't read the Bible. I've never read the Bible.
And they done everything in the name of Christianity. They enslaved us in the name of Christianity. They over there raping Africa while they feed the kids and telling them about Jesus and taking all these resources and shit in the name of Christianity. So, since they have historically been the worst religion on the planet for centuries, should they all not be exterminated? Especially, and I'm assuming your concept of God derived from the Bible, which is a Christian book. Christian ain't even in the Bible anyway, but that's not the story. Should they not be all exterminated? Wouldn't they be worse than the Muslims? Did you ever ask yourself, why does Afghanistan got beef with us in the first place? Who started it?
I don't. I've never done my research or dug
I know they got a lot of oil.
Comes from. Yeah.
I know America ain't really have resources like that. I know we got potatoes and corn.
Yeah, the oil thing has to probably have something to do with it and shit too.
I'm not gonna say I know this for a fact, but I'm just guessing. They got oil that's very valuable. We got beef with them. We always got military over there. Maybe we started the shit. Maybe we're the real terrorists. Is that a possibility?
No, look,
that's not a possibility or a probability.
Well, it's a possibility.
A probability. I'm gonna say a probability
because our service has probably been stationed over there for many
and
why?
Years. What business we got over there?
I don't know. Just like for instance, I'm born in Germany.
Do you really don't know? You don't want to know?
I don't. I really don't know.
Do you want to know? Because I feel like it's obvious.
Why? You tell me.
Oil.
The oil. Yeah, we need the oil. We need
Maybe
to work with them.
Work with, not rape and rob. And bombs.
Who's raping and robbing? Us raping and robbing them?
Yes, that's what we've been doing forever.
The people stationed over there?
Well, the people who sent them over there. The people stationed over there just doing their job. I don't blame them. I don't blame soldiers because they're soldiers.
They have to be stationed
over there. And they probably think they're doing the right things. So this ain't no attack on the
they have to be stationed over there. Some of the Muslims or the people over there would probably say that we're policing the country for them and they can appreciate that. Some people don't.
So what do you think their news is saying about us?
They're dogging the shit out of us and shit too. There's a few. You know how.
So if their news is dogging the shit out of us, why would anybody over there say that they're happy that we're over there policing them?
Just,
if their news is saying
how there's probably a lot of black folk dissing the police because of what's going on, but there's also some black people who are don't hold it against the police and shit like that.
What?
I don't know any, but there's some out there in the world.
I don't know any.
I don't know any, but there's just too many people in the world. It's like that. Everybody in the fucking world doesn't hate the police. There's still people that believe in them and have faith in them that they can do the right thing. It's just been a lot of bad shit going on. So there has to be a few fucking Afghanistans or Muslim people over there who feel like, there's some control in their country because we are there. We are policing this shit. That's another reason why we station there and shit too, for beneficial shit we need and shit like that, and You know.
Do you think, and when we're getting the oil, do you think we're giving them a fair trade, or is the trade will police this place as long as we can get some oil from
I
them?
think if anybody makes a deal, it's a fair trade. So if there's a deal going down, it has to be a fair trade. Because only the top dogs are making the deals and negotiating stuff anyways. Just like Trump and the guy from China, what's his name?
So if it's fair trade, why is they just wilding out because the Quran told them to?
You shouldn't agree if you agree to something, then it's fair. If you don't agree to it, it's because it's not fair to you.
That's a good point though. I agree with that statement. But
I mean, nobody's forcing you. If you agree to some shit, then hey, all right, you think it was a cool deal, so it's fair.
I want to put this disclaimer out. I don't study like why the military's over there and all of that in depth.
I don't either.
I'm just putting together all the pieces of knowledge that I'm aware of,
shit like that,
common sense and shit. So if I'm misspeaking on things, don't
hold it against
me too much. I believe I'm standing by 90. I'm standing by all of my main ideas. I'm not gonna stand by all the details.
Me too.
Some details, but my brother, I'm gonna say this. I don't believe in right and wrong. I'm gonna say it's illogical to blame to ban all Muslims worldwide, especially when we both agree that it came from a specific location. It's illogical. Or maybe illogical ain't the right word for this one, but I'm gonna just say wrong. It's wrong. Something's not right if innocent children and parents are being separated from each other and they don't have any criminal record or nothing like that, and we know what we're over. Because we get too caught up in the law. Was it not lawful to have slaves not too long ago?
Hold up. I gotta go back to this because we touched on it earlier and shit. It's bad parenting. I said this before because he just said, yeah, you shouldn't be have to.
It's a bad parenting. If they was running for you got. Do you think they know it's wrong to come over here right before they come?
So why are they doing it?
Exactly. It must be so fucked up over there that they was willing to risk it.
So it's bad parenting to risk your child getting fucking taken away from you.
Or perhaps it's bad if they know that there's a chance that it's just gonna be cool.
Would you do it?
As a nigga, if I'm stuck in let's say let's just use somewhat of my real life situation, but let's assume my situation is way worse. I have 3 daughters and they have a mother, right?
Right.
We live in the projects. Shit's fucked up. We don't know what we gonna eat tomorrow. I'm not able to get a job for whatever reason that is. Maybe I'm being depressed. Maybe I just don't got the skills. Maybe I don't have the skills from shit that happened in the past life. Bottom line is, I'm not in a position to get a job to take care of us. At least a job that can support all of us. Best job I can get is McDonald's, and I can't feed everybody off of that. She can't get a job because she gotta watch the kids. Shit's fucked up.
Yeah.
Now,
that's the typical.
I see this nigga who sells crack over here. He seems to do pretty well for himself. I know selling crack is illegal, but I also know there's a chance that I can get away with it and I can come up with some money. Am I wrong? Is it bad parenting for me to stay in the situation where there is no room for hope and just stay in McDonald's and then one of my
Yes and no. I already got the answer. Look, you going to prison is taking yourself away from your kids. If you get caught selling crack at your house, CPS can come and take your kids away from you. Now let's just throw the parenting shit out the window. Is it right morally and shit? Is it the right thing to do to go and steal and rob somebody else? No, that's just it's the circle of life, and that's
so
how
let's
shit
ask
happens.
this: are they stealing from anybody or robbing from anybody? Because then let's ask this: who was here first?
If you're stealing the crack,
who was here first?
If you're robbing
you
the
talking about
man,
stealing?
Well, that's what you were saying.
Yeah. So let's go to this.
You're going to rob somebody else who's doing what they do to get their shit.
In my scenario, I didn't bring up robbing, by the way, but go ahead.
But that's what you was insinuating, right?
No, I was talking about selling crack. Nobody get
no, not robbing nobody and shit.
No, just selling crack.
Okay, just selling crack is it is a form of bad parenting though. I understand the
you understand where they come from.
Where they coming from.
Do you think they're bad?
But when your ass is in prison for 10 years or you got crack at the house and the CPS or somebody comes in and finds it and they take your kids away,
fair.
Yeah.
Fair. But do you think they'd be a bad parent if they just accepted the situation too and then they know that
you gotta try harder. You gotta accept that situation and try harder at the. I
would say if they accepted it, that's bad parenting too.
Perhaps
likely, crack ain't the way to go.
But most likely, any situation you are in, you put yourself in that situation.
Really?
I think so.
So the slaves put themselves in that situation?
Let's just say you're. Well, I can't.
Or the Jews put themselves in the Holocaust?
No, okay. See, now you're going into, you know.
Those are extreme examples, but if they work on that level, they work on smaller levels.
No, but if we're sticking to Latinos and people sneaking in here for a better life, or we're sticking to
Did they put themselves in a situation where it'll become one day illegal to migrate to a land and they could do so freely before white people came over here and stole their land? Did they put themselves in that situation? We're talking about stealing. Who stole the fucking land over here? They ain't from here. Who are they to put a law that say we can't go here and here, nigga? You was over there. So we talk about stealing and robbing.
Our people.
Who's our people?
The government.
The government.
Whenever these laws were, you know, developed and however they were, that's just what it was. I said earlier, and you all know this. You are dealt the cards you are, and you got to make the best out of it.
And the best out of it, from their vantage point,
was sneaking over here with your kids, and you know you're not so fucking supposed to.
And I would not consider that. If that was if from their perception, if that was their best option that they could conceive from their perception,
then when your kids get taken, don't fucking cry about it. You got to do what's best for you. So
do you have kids?
Yes, I do. I got 2 of them. But I would not put myself in a position where they can be taken from me. I would more rather put myself in a situation to be taken from them, but not them taken away and them be with strangers and shit they don't know, or in a different fucking country. You know what the fuck is gonna happen, but you decide to do it anyway.
That's fine.
How the fuck can I feel bad?
I agree with you halfway because I'm big on accountability, but. Okay, so and you blame it now, and that's fine. That's fair. I'll say that's fair because I'm big on accountability myself, and I'm not. So my position is not excusing the risk that they took. But so now that we've got their accountability out of the way, and I halfway agree with you on that point. How much blame or credit are we gonna put on our American government?
0.
That's where the
you live over there in that country. These are our rules. I can't help but to keep saying the same thing. You just fill out the paperwork, man, and get accepted. That should always be how it is. You got to be able to control the population somehow. You can't just be overpopulating the country, having people.
You think it's overpopulated?
I don't think it's overpopulated. But if you let motherfuckers sneak in, bring third world country diseases we don't have cures for, people getting all up in here, shit like that, it has to be some fucking control.
I'm not saying you don't have any points in your point, because you do, and I agree with some of what you're saying.
We got people that can bring fucking third world country diseases we don't have cures for, just letting anybody and everybody come in here without the proper screening.
My only issue with what you're saying is, in the majority of the case when this happens, the examples you brought up, the negative examples you brought up, majority of the times are not the case, and we bring up extreme cases to punish everybody.
When you look at anything, when you weigh the pros and cons, you look at more.
Have you thought of any pros of the illegal immigrants coming over here?
No, I haven't.
Are you aware of any pros?
I'm not really aware. I think that the cons outweigh the pros.
How you just said you're not aware of them. How you know if they outweigh them?
Because the cons to me just make so much sense that it's.
So there's nothing. You think there's nothing that they can offer while they're over here?
I don't think so.
Why not?
Unless it's gonna put more.
You don't think that they can invent something, start a business that could put money in your pocket and your kids' pocket?
If they invent something so great, it's gonna pop off and it'll make it worldwide anyway.
But they don't have the resources there. The resources is up here.
Fill out the paperwork so
they wasn't able for whatever reason, but they still. And the only reason why is something out of their control. They come over here. They invent a time machine or a cure for cancer, and America can get the credit for it because there's an American citizen when it happened. Eventually, maybe they couldn't get the paperwork at first; they got it later.
I can't just say open the doors up for that shit just because there might be somebody out there that can cure that, and then we have all these people doing that.
I'm not for just letting anybody in shit either. But for one, it's not my place to say who come in this country. I'm not from here. Neither are the people who are making the rules.
You're from here.
I'm not. My people are not from here. I'll say this: my people might actually be from here. I don't know, but since I don't know, it's not my place to say. I know for a fact it's not their place to say. But whatever, whoever's running shit, run it how you run it, and in general, I'm not for just letting anybody whatever in. But I do think that there was a better way to go about deporting everybody back. I think there was a way. instead of separating everybody from their kids and shit like that.
Like you said earlier, Trump is the guy that, even though you don't like him, he's making stuff better. And I think his
better in what way?
I mean, you said I'm just gonna.
I'm not certain our definitions of better are the same.
I just think that his presidential run is gonna be better and more beneficial than the last president.
For who?
For the people.
Who's the people?
Everybody who lives in North America.
Everybody who lives in North America. The Mexicans lived in North America? They
lived. Past tense?
Mexico's still North America. South America don't start to Brazil, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, but it's connected, but it's another country.
They ain't doing so well, man. That's why they sneaking up here.
That's why it's just happened to be touching our shit, but they're really not. They're a part of us, but they're not a part of us. That's why we drew the line. That's why it's a border. That's why they can't come here. They're connected to North America.
Most of the places that we said they can't come from was theirs first, though. Like, the first the United States was like, don't quote me on this, but it was like north of Oklahoma and north of Nevada and all of that shit. We punked them for that later. Now he said, yo, that's the fucked up shit, man.
I didn't know that, man. I'm glad. I like hearing that from you. I'm glad you know that shit, man. It is fucked up, though. It is fucked up.
And that's why I can't say they get. I'm all for giving the parents blame for taking that risk and that what happens. That's cool, but I'm not for absolving, saying Trump and them is 100% right for going about especially going about it in the way that they did. I'm sure there was a less dramatic way to deport them all back, especially when they're innocent.
I can't go off of what happened 400 years ago, though.
Why not? If it's still affecting us today, why not? I would say that if it didn't matter today.
Because I don't go that far back with shit.
I think you should.
Like, I wouldn't be mad at you for something that happened 10 years ago or 5 years ago.
You would if it was still
affecting you. I might be mad at
today.
something maybe 2 days ago.
Or maybe not even mad. Mad's not the right word, but you will probably
dislike.
If whatever I did,
that's where the word regret comes in.
If whatever I did to you 10 years ago still affects you today, you will still at least do something to.
But most likely it won't.
What's the word I'm looking for? To remedy whatever I did to you 10 years ago, right? Whether you're mad about it or not, right? We don't have to be mad that Trump is doing. I don't have the energy to be mad at.
It has to be something serious. I mean, like if somebody got you a felony, fucking with him years ago, now you
stealing land is pretty serious.
It affects you because you can't get a job. Then yeah, you could be mad at somebody. But like, I don't go that far back. I don't hold grudges.
It's not about holding grudges. It's about remedying the situation. The shit's still.
But it's already fixed because it's already.
What's fixed?
It's already.
What's fixed? What's fixed? What's fixed?
I'm gonna tell you why it's fixed. Whatever we're
first, tell me what's fixed. I'm not certain what's fixed.
The land becoming what it is now, and why Mexico they're touching our shit, but they're not us, because. It's fixed because it is what it is now, and there's not shit that they can do about it. It is what
it is, but it's not fixed.
To me, it's fixed. If you get what I'm saying in a deeper way, it is what it is. This is how it's gonna be. This is what it fucking is. You can't change it. You gotta deal with it.
That's slave mentality, my brother. If you want something, you do it by any means necessary. Shout out to X. Just like the motherfuckers who made that situation in the first place. When the Europeans, when they really wanted on shit like that, and they was over there stealing British, and some of them in the Caucasus Mountains, and they didn't have resources and shit like that, did they accept their situation? Hell no. They said, fuck that, nigga. I know it's all kind of resources all over this planet. Nigga, let's go do what we gotta do. And they went over there, they killed, colonized, and did what they had to do. So, and then we don't even do that in return. We just ask, okay, fine. Y'all can take our land, y'all can do all this. All we asking for is just, nigga, can you pull over your people and my people at the same rate? Can you not separate us from our kids when we put us in a situation where we probably have to come over here to make our lives better anyway? We asking for shit in a cool way after they done beat us down. Because what's fair is for us to bomb them back and kill them like they did our ancestors. That's what's fair. And we not even know, we just want to chill.
As far as the Latino shit goes, do you believe in discipline? You discipline your kids, don't you?
Yeah, I believe in discipline.
Yeah, so, I mean, like I said before,
do you think that they need to be disciplined? You don't think white people who the ancestors of the white people today, and then the descendants who are perpetuating
those people don't exist no more.
But the descendants are perpetuating what their ancestors have built for them. Do you think that some discipline is needed
it's
for
kinda,
them? Do you think they're running a little wild?
They might be running a little wild, but
At what areas do you think they're running wild?
Hold on, I gotta say this. You're saying basically the people living like and doing the same shit that their ancestors did, that they were basically probably taught their whole life because their mom's mom taught their mom's mom taught their.
You said, hold on, run it back. You said what now?
All right, so are you saying? You're saying like the new white people of today still doing what the white people did of back in the day, right?
No, I'm not saying that. I'm saying they got to where they are in an unfair way, and it's affecting affecting us. What they did to our ancestors affecting us today in an unfair way, and they refuse to acknowledge it. Then I can understand why, if you born with something, you was born here, you had a whole bunch of shit. Ain't my fault I had all this shit, niggas.
Yeah.
Talk to him. I ain't got nothing to do with that.
Yeah.
But what's right is right. And so if you want to feel that way, fine. But don't say I'm wrong when I say, nah, we gonna need some of that shit back. First we'll ask, and if you don't give it when we ask, we gonna take it back because that's not rightfully yours. Sorry you was born into the situation, and I know you want to protect it, but it's just not right, and we gotta even this shit out.
Because now fighting to take it back though?
Excuse me?
Is anybody fighting to take it back?
No, I don't think we are.
Or do you want that to happen?
I wanna live freely and peacefully. As far as my personal life.
But when you say take back, what are you talking about taking back?
Well, taking back will really be for the Native American people as opposed to us. So there's nothing to take back as far as we're concerned. Well, I know I have some Native American in me, but I'm not certain. But at this point, black people are just trying to take back some goddamn dignity. We just want some fucking respect at this point. We want to chill. We don't want to take over. We don't want to go to war with y'all. We don't want to. We don't want no problems.
So why
is there a problem if we don't want no problems?
Because you're still making it a problem.
We're not making it a problem. They're killing us.
Well,
the problem is they're killing us. We're saying that's a problem. How's a problem with us?
Who is there killing us and how? What are you talking about?
Police, people named George Zimmerman, random white people who do this and that, and then white people know. Did you not see the white dude who was in the airport?
You can't control certain individuals though.
Like it's not individuals, it's systematic.
Zimmerman though.
Listen, the problem, our issue, black people. Let me sit up a little bit. Our issue is not in. Listen to me, white people. Our issue is not even necessarily. Our issue is not even necessarily when the police kill us and when white people kill us. Nothing will ever be perfect. We know there's always going to be the bad apples. There's a lot of bad apples lately, but we know there's always going to be the bad apples. We know there's always going to be some injustice. But when the shit hits the fan and it's time to go to court, like with George Zimmerman, which is obvious, and Eric Garner, all these people who died where it was obvious, all we asking for is for fucking justice.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Put the cop on the goddamn electric chair like y'all did whoever in Lincoln. I don't even know what the story in Lincoln.
Yeah,
that's all.
Talk about that too.
That's all we're asking. We know you're not gonna stop killing. That's just unrealistic, unfortunately.
Something should be done about that. I totally agree.
And then I wanted to make this point because y'all want to say that we hate the police and it's Black Lives Matter versus Blue Lives Matter. And I seen Candace Owens coon ass say some shit about nobody's more oppressed than the police. Yeah, she's right. But the question is, who are they oppressed by? Who kills cops more? It ain't us.
No,
It's white men.
I don't see the cops getting killed anyway.
But the cops who do get killed are by white men. The majority of the time. Not us. Just like y'all bring up black on black crime with us.
How do you know that?
It's the statistics, according to them. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes. This is not no... the statistics is from them. That's just what it is. The data. But they turned it into black people versus police shit, which is what the media do, and the media only.
It's the media that makes it look like it's something that it's not, man.
And they do that to sensationalize it just to give viewership because that's where their money is out, the advertisement
and entertaining and all that.
And that's why, even though I'm a capitalist, there's some places where capitalism does not belong.
Perfect fucking word, man. They report what's gonna
It's
capitalize to get their ratings
up so they can get their money.
Yeah.
And some places capitalism don't belong.
That's why you don't hear every fucking story. That's
don't
why
hear-
some
exactly.
of the shit that we're talking about, like Mexicans and taking or Latinos taking jobs for certain
not
people,
interesting.
But and then you don't know because no employer is actually saying, hey, no, we're not hiring today. We got too many Latinos, so you can't get a job. It's not going to be reported. You'll never fucking know that. It's just some shit deep down under that you know exists. You know, there's a lot of shit in the world you know is happening, but it's not brought to the forefront and shit. But deep down, you know what the fuck is going on.
With some shit.
Because you don't got to speak on it to know. You just know it's fucking happening.
That's true.
So even earlier when I said that shit, you know, I can't actually say that I know that this is happening to me or you or somebody we know. It's just happening. Some fucking where underneath the rug somehow, some way.
Well, the only issue with that specific point is since they are pushing that agenda, if the data existed, they would present that data. That's not nothing. They would present that data because they push that agenda. Illegal immigrants are stealing you niggas' jobs.
It must be some data then.
Well,
It has to be some type of poll that they have taken to see how many.
let me know when you find it.
Of the Latin culture is working at all of these jobs since.
Let me know when you find it.
I definitely will.
Because this definitely won't be our last podcast.
No, sir.
Yeah,
But before we end this podcast, just on some more fun shit, though, and all that. Yeah, I know you know, did music, do music, me too, and all of that. How do you feel about the hip-hop culture and what's going on in rap right now?
Well, my brother, I'm old.
Not really. No, you're not. Yeah,
I got an old soul.
I do too.
I honestly, I'm not even in the loop with rap today like that. I wouldn't know whether it's good or bad because I rarely listen to it. It's a few records that catch my ear here and there, but as far as it all, like I ain't like a student of the game like how I used to be. I don't know every rapper, I don't know every song. As far as today, like an artist, who's some rappers out, new artists? I like Dave East.
Hell yeah, Dave East.
I like Dave East. I like
Dave East.
Who else is
I
out there?
really mostly listen to, you know, the old school rappers that got new shit. I still listen to Fabulous. I love Jadakiss and shit like that. But new school though, you know, I still listen to Cassidy shit, new shit if I find it. But Dave East, I like Fetty Wap a lot, even though he's not lyrical. I'm on the most lyrical shit. When I was gonna ask you if you had to pick one album to ride to for the whole year, who would it be? For me, even though Jadakiss, 50 Cent, you know, Biggie, Drake, probably, you know, and Mace would probably be like my top 5 favorite rappers and shit. I feel like if I had to pick an album today to ride with for a whole year, because I rode with this album for a whole year, it's the debut album of Fetty Wap.
Wow.
Shockingly, even though he's not lyrical, there's a lot of better albums than that. The fucking, the beats, how catchy it is, the swag, the way it makes you feel. Man, the melodies, this shit rides. He got 17 on him, and it's probably like 15 out of 17 that's just rides, man. Just a different feel.
Yeah, for this for a whole year, it gotta be a rap album.
It could be any album.
Cause I'm most likely probably won't even pick none rap.
Really?
Yeah, I be listening to smooth shit now. I be listening to Sade and shit now.
Oh yeah, for real.
Well, who would I
I
listen
never
to?
got into her music. Maybe I will since you saying it. I mean, I listen to everything. I still listen to 60s and 70s music and shit like that. Soul and, you know, white folks and all that shit too.
For a whole year though, with me, I'm big on you know, like being motivated and shit. I gotta listen to some Nipsey or some Rick Ross because when I'm not as motivated, them is the two artists that usually motivate me to get back on it. But that's not even necessarily for a just pure music reason. That's just a life reason.
Really?
For a pure music reason though, ooh, the whole year. I
hear people talk about Nipsey a lot. I gave him chances. I just, you know, he's got some good songs. I can't, you know, he's not pulling me in, man. Not like Dave East, shit like that. No. I like Ross though.
Yeah, that's a good question. A whole year's a long time.
I mean, there's really only like 10 rappers that hold down the industry anyways though.
Honestly, Not even on the self-serving shit. I probably was just listening to one of my own shits.
Yeah. Yeah.
Honestly. The shit I listen to now, Blaqamore, it's on iTunes, by the way. Yeah, I probably just listen to that all year.
Yeah, I've rolled with the Fetty Wap CD for like a year, man. I took him, man. I'm telling you, I'm gonna have to send you some shit, man. He got some shit that make you feel like you can get any girl.
I don't like his voice. No disrespect. I mean, I'm sure he's nice.
Yeah,
for me personally.
Yeah, just for you. Yeah, he don't work and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think I could do the Fetty Wap. It's that high-pitched singing shit. I don't like his voice.
That's how I feel. There's some rappers I can't.
Contrary to that, though, I do like Thugger. Well,
really?
I like his music.
Yeah.
Like some of his music.
He got some lyrics and shit too. I've only gotten into a few of his songs. Not his whole catalog. There's only been a couple of songs, but I guess he's one of the new school ones. I mean, Drake really runs the shit. Nicki Minaj, I'm banging that Nicki Minaj out there right now.
I heard that Nicki Minaj was nice. What's your thoughts on her? What's your thoughts on her?
For me, from here, what I'm about to say is nothing but fucking praise and positive. I think she's the best fucking female rapper ever that I have ever heard in my generation. From Lil' Kim to Foxy, they all nice and shit, but fucking Nicki has the, even though she's, fake or whatever the fuck, she's fine. She has the look, you know what I mean? She has the versatility. Everything's catchy, super fucking lyrical, wordplay, personality, picks good beats and shit. Her music to me is fucking flawless, man. I love her music. I think she's the best female rapper ever.
You think she'll go down as the best female rapper ever?
I think she will.
Or greatest, I should say?
I think she will.
I don't think
She's still got a lot more albums left in her and shit. Her work has been fucking phenomenal. I mean,
I'm not certain she will. Now, keep in mind, I don't know her personally, of course, so I'm only going off of tabloids and shit like that. Because to me, I feel like she was headed to the direction you're saying, but personality flaws, I'm seeing it. I see her giving attention to shit in my opinion, and I think in a lot of people's opinion, is beneath her. Like I see her do a lot of shit where I say to myself, you're better than that.
yeah.
Like the little petty shit she got in with Safari on Twitter.
Oh, yeah.
To me, she's better. Like Beyonce wouldn't do that shit with Jay-Z. You know what I'm saying?
No. But they on some high Diddy shit. Beyonce and Jay-Z. I even heard 50 say there's a lot of people take shots at Jay-Z, and the people he think are way below, he won't even do it. He won't diss him or sneak diss him at all because he's like.
And that's why I think Nicki was headed towards that level. If not already, and some people she was already in that level in comparison to who.
When I say personality, I meant the personality on records, but as far as the shit she's doing with Safari, and I just watched a Funk Flex interview 2 days ago, and she's talking about how she bought him a hairline, and how he was paying fucking, she paid $10,000 for his hairline. Whoever be doing the hairlines, I know they got mad business, because there's a lot of niggas with fucked up hairlines. She paid $10,000 for a permanent fucking hairline, and shit was back here, and they brought it up and shit. She said how he was stealing her cards and paying for prostitutes and stealing their credit cards and all kinds of shit. She was like really fucking mad about the shit, but I don't agree with that shit. She is above and past that. I thought too, way richer, successful. Like
I wouldn't mind her saying all that shit on a record though.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Yeah, the record. Yeah, because it's more fun and entertainment. But
entertainment, you express yourself through your art. It's probably more therapeutic for her. Yeah. I think she's more therapeutic to air out dirty laundry. First of all, it just sounds better. Yeah, it sounds better. And I think it even does better to the person saying it like you be seeing girls will be sending subliminals to their boyfriend when they fucking around on them on Facebook.
I hate that shit.
But assuming if they let's say they were singers or rappers, if they said that same shit on a record,
it would be way harder.
It'll be better, and I think they will feel better. I don't think you really feel better when you tweet your business. You say it, you do gotta express yourself, but I don't think you really feel better like that. Yeah,
it really sounds like you in your feelings when you're doing it in an interview and shit, instead of doing it for entertainment purposes and having fun and just music.
It's more healthy. We'll feel your position more, like it's less judgmental.
So how do you feel about Nicki?
That's it. Even though I don't personally get into it, but I don't get into anybody, so that's not nothing. But she probably still is the best female rapper ever. Even though I heard Safari wrote some of her rhymes too.
No way.
I'm not certain on that, but that's just what I heard.
Not heard. I heard it too, but I've heard him rap, and his shit is terrible. I just seen him on a Breakfast Club.
Sometimes things just sound better when different people say it.
Oh yeah, that's true too. I heard him spit raps, but nothing's lyrical on the level that she spit. So it's like if you, I mean, you help with a line or two maybe.
Yeah, and too many lines to it don't even count. It's just
a
whole.
But
If
not
it's
a whole
reference
fucking
track,
rap. Yeah, reference tracks where you rap
like
the
your
whole
guy,
shit.
Drake.
I haven't. You heard the reference track?
Yeah. You didn't?
That's
when I don't mind, because first when I heard it, we got Ghostwriters, I just assumed it was like this. Yeah, I assumed it was like for like his little singles, his singles. Those I don't mind. Like, and he helped. Like, what was that? I think at the time the song, it was some poppy song. It wasn't like no rap song that was a single. I'm thinking they made it for records like that, but it was a record on that
top song.
It was a record on the Meek Mill. That shit, it was Drake and Meek Mill. The Meek Mill album, the album that was out when they first started beefing.
Oh no!
No, it was a little bit before that.
Oh yeah, it was like Charged Up or was that other? It was a diss song.
No, it was a song they had together.
Oh,
and that's why Meek Mill knew he had a ghostwriter, because I think he had the reference track before that.
So you heard the whole reference track with Quentin Miller doing the whole verse,
and then
Drake did the whole shit.
The whole verse.
Wow.
That's where my respect was lost.
That now, but send me that shit.
The reason why I'm confused, because I know Drake is still nice because he writes for other people.
Yeah.
And I knew about Drake before he got big, and you probably weren't even using ghostwriters back then.
Yeah.
So I know the talent is there.
Yeah.
But it's hard for me to give him like the greatest ever, or even put him in that conversation, because I don't know what's.
Yeah, I gotta hear that, but if he done that, I gotta take him. I gotta drop him a notch or two down.
Yeah, I just don't know what's this. Now, what I really need to know. Who wrote 5 a.m. in Toronto? If Drake, as long as he wrote that
shit,
I won't even address the shit no more.
Yeah.
Have you heard that?
Yeah, fuck yeah.
As long as he wrote that by himself, I won't even be petty about the shit no more.
No, for me, man, for the pedestal that we all have Drake on, if I haven't heard the reference track, but I know you ain't bullshitting. But when I hear that, to like really solidify for me, like wow, I have to drop him a notch or two, because. You don't hear the greats like Jadakiss and Jay-Z or Fabulous. None of them motherfuckers do that. Everybody is writing bar for bar their own shit. And if you've had somebody write a whole fucking song or a whole fucking rap, it just...
Yeah. Like I say, hooks are okay. Line or two here and there is okay.
But not
even the cadence is okay. And then we were talking about cadences and shit. That's shit for like your singles. But shit where like you rapping and we know you're supposed to be rapping.
Nah,
it gotta be 100% you. So there's a lot of people be talking about, yeah, this person has been like, no, nigga, they did the hook. Hooks and verses is two different things. I don't mind a hook being ghostwritten for it.
Yeah, because that's not nothing. It's just like they were getting a feature.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? What was I about to say though? Oh yeah, because one of the reasons why I was putting Drake up there before I heard about it, because I was like, nigga, I don't think I've ever heard a weak Drake verse in my life.
I've never heard him go weak ever.
And he has a lot of verses out there.
Hell yeah. I've never heard nothing garbage from him.
Like never.
Never.
And now I was like, okay, now because like even like when Wayne had it back in the day, but after a while I hear some bullshit. But I'm like, this nigga putting out a new verse every day. He probably run out of creative juice.
Yeah, exactly.
You know what I'm saying? But
I've never heard Drake come weak, man. His shit is hard every fucking time.
Yeah, like I've never heard nothing less than like a 7.5.
You know, he's had some songs I didn't like, but I mean overall, I never hear him spit no weak shit.
Yeah, I ain't never said that was trash.
Nope.
Shit that I don't vibe with, but I ain't never heard nothing like that's just trash.
No, I haven't either. Yeah. I haven't either.
But yeah, man, I guess because he was cheating a little bit. But I mean, but hey.
That's why I saw.
He's still like a greatest artist of all time. I can't take that.
He runs rap. He definitely runs the rap industry. Beyonce and Rihanna run the R&B side, and
is Drake bigger? Who you think is bigger between Drake and Beyonce in general?
Drake.
Because I've always said that Beyonce was as closest to Michael Jackson we have now, and if we put Drake above her, I think
Drake's the new Mike Jack, man. As far as the popularity, as far as the hits, as far as, Beyonce she's definitely the truth, and I think she had a hold of it for a long time too. But if we're just gonna go off on one person to hold the whole music industry, not rap, but the whole industry, it's Drake.
Yeah, I don't think I could.
He's more liked, more loved, more popular, more poppin', more hot, more played.
What did you think about the Drake and Pusha T shit?
This is how I feel, man.
That was a stressful question, man.
No, it's just because I know you're not going to agree with me on this, and a lot of people don't, but...
Oh, boy.
I like pushing. I've always liked Push, man. Push is hard to me and shit. You know what I mean?
That means he's about to shit on Push. That's what niggas do before they shit on somebody. They give them the praise due first. Here it goes.
Push is raw to me, man. I got clips, albums, all that shit.
He about to shit on Push.
You know what I mean?
The more they praise him ahead of time, the harder they about to go.
Just because I feel like all he did was have the only one piece of information which made his diss song so hard or made his song seem like he really got one up on Drake is he tells the world he has a kid before he tells them.
Do you think
Besides
Drake had
that,
any intention on telling them?
I don't think Drake had any intention on telling the world, but he doesn't fucking have to.
Well,
And I don't care if he has a kid. All I care is to hear good music from Drake. So Push, all he did was make it was just that one line. Other than that, he didn't kill Drake. He didn't damage Drake. He didn't wound Drake. He didn't do shit to Drake.
I don't know. Well, in hindsight, now seeing
opinion,
how shit played out, for the most part, I say he's not too wounded. I think I wounded a little bit, but Drake is still Drake, so it's a wound he definitely healed from. But I think, so what? Okay, so let me ask this: so you say he doesn't have to?
I don't think his song was it wasn't.
What is the essence of a good diss record to you?
Would be to have the whole song have hard hitting, meaningful lines like the kid referenced through the whole song.
So you think if he had
when
more
Drake
content,
when Drake disses Meek, he be hitting him hard, man.
well, what?
Shit, anything about when he mentions Nicki and
let's do this. What in the Drake records that he had towards Meek? What line was fucking with the shit that Push said to him?
Man, you heard all of them fucking Drake songs.
I know, that's why I'm asking.
He was punching the shit out of him.
He was punching them. They were stiff punches.
Woo!
I'm gonna say this. To me, what makes a great diss record is if I could play it. First of all, most diss records have profanity on them, right?
Right.
If I feel comfortable playing a diss record to my Christian mother because I think she's gonna be that entertained, that makes a hell of a diss record to me. And I only did that with the Pusha shit to Drake. And when I played it for my mama, she said, that defines a good diss record. Because to me, it's about making you look at somebody differently. And I think people are misconstruing whether he had to tell he had a child or not. It's one thing to have a private life, kind of like for instance, we ain't heard shit about Jay-Z's new kids. We heard about Blue Ivy,
the twins.
Yeah, but we ain't heard about them. But that's a private life. They're not shamed.
And they're private like that though.
But they're not shamed children.
No.
This was a shame baby.
Yeah.
That's the difference. It's not like it's a girl, he had a girlfriend, and they kept their life private.
Yeah. This is a baby he had that he didn't
want to have.
He fucked around and slipped up.
Thus, Pusha T exposed him. You know how Pusha got the information?
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's why. Because I was wondering, like, why is Drake so hell-bent on Ye instead of Push?
But Drake be fucking Ye up every time he gets a chance, man.
Yeah, but that's not fair because Ye can't fuck with Drake. Like, that's not even fair.
No, it's not. He can't. Yeah. He can't. I mean, just for me, though, like I said, Push is good. You know what I mean? He talks about nothing but kilos. He really doesn't have any other material, but I still like him when I hear him.
Yeah, and I think that's what makes it so... Like, you've been writing about the same shit forever, and I'm not tired of it.
Yeah, I'm not tired of it either.
Like, it's crazy. That takes talent.
And I think his life is authentic as far as the cocaine shit.
Yeah, you would have had to be exposed by now.
Yeah, exactly. So I always like him for that, but the way Drake disses Meek Mill or came at Kanye and all of them people, man, like his lines stick when he says that shit.
I was disappointed in the Drake Pusha T shit because I was waiting for that. I thought this was going to be like one of the greatest battles, and for them to stop because the OG want to put in the call.
Prince, yeah.
Because of the Ye shit, man. Why you just couldn't go back in the studio and just put the energy towards Pusha T?
Hey man, Ross. I heard Ross. I seen the interview on. I don't know if it was Breakfast Club, but he put in a call to Drake to stop the shit, stop going at Meek because it's.
Oh, you talking about Meek?
Yeah,
that's because Meek wasn't saying shit though.
No, but if Drake would have kept going, and then he would have fucking basically he would have Ja ruled Meek, but Meek is Rick Ross's artist. and he makes money off of Meek. So it's like, leave this nigga alone because you fucking up my money that I can make off of him. So come on, bro.
I think Drake did all the damage anyway. I think
Yeah,
Ross put that call in too late.
Yeah, he did. It was
He
too
did
late.
drop, but Meek survived though.
He was too late.
Meek is probably the greatest on the wrong end of a battle rapper ever. To go through that shit and he still matters.
Matters? I don't know if that was a good word. I don't think he matters. He's still.
You kidding me?
He's still. For me, he's like one leg is broke and you're trying to walk and you're dragging it.
You think he's Ja Rule today?
I don't think he's all the way Ja Rule, but I think he's still dizzy or stunned. Like if you get hit and you ain't came back all the way, because I don't think no matter what he comes out with, it's gonna pop again. And the only thing he has to go off of is the prison shit and shit happening. I don't think people are really listening for his music and shit. I don't. He's lyrical and shit, don't get me wrong, but I've never fucking had mixtapes or nothing by him and shit. He just seems too fabricated and non-real to me and shit.
That one record, what was that song, the shit he had the video for? As soon as he got out, the video was about him getting out.
Yeah, I seen that. And then he performed it on one of the...
That shit. Oh, even the shit with, what was that, Miguel? I'm talking about the shit, the niggas that you was talking about?
Yeah.
That shit was hot.
That shit is hard.
You think Ja Rule could have did some shit like that back in 03, 04?
50 really stuck it to him, man.
Nah, Meek survived some blow. Like, Meek got punched by Mike Tyson and stood up.
50, besides Drake, 50 has the hardest diss songs to me. He really finishes niggas. And he's not even as lyrical as Drake. Yeah. I think he could be really lyrical if he wanted to.
50 ain't even the songs. 50 is he's just good with his timing.
Yeah, he is.
It's deeper than songs with that nigga. He
take
that shit to another level.
He is done. Because some of the greatest diss songs are the ones that I've heard from him.
I really wanted to hear that Drake verse Pusha. Because if Drake could have made me look at Pusha differently,
I think he would.
Pusha's my favorite rapper.
For real? Out of everybody?
He's my personal favorite.
Damn.
He's not my political favorite, but he's my personal
favorite.
Yeah.
Not damn it.
And if he could do anything to make me look at, I was like, man, what could he say? Because I was like, the only thing, because the essence of Pusha T is his dope dealer shit.
So what did you think? That
And I don't think there was nothing he could have said too damaging about that. I was like, what can this nigga say?
But besides him letting that shit out about the kid, he really didn't say nothing too. He didn't hit him with nothing really though. Not in my opinion.
He ain't into yet.
What you mean? Yeah, if he had it, he would have
put
it all out there.
No, you gotta think that was the first record. That was the first all-out diss record.
But this is Drake. When you gotta put something out, you gotta come hard.
He did. Nigga, shit made, what's that nigga? They made Trevor Noah show, nigga. That shit was on CNN. The nigga had to put out a public apology, my nigga. That's why I think, honestly.
Drake?
Yes.
Yeah, for the makeup.
But the blackface shit, yeah.
I didn't see a public apology. I just see him say it was for some show or some shit he did back in the day and whatever the case may be.
And you seen that on the public platform. That's a public apology.
I didn't see that. I'm sorry or I apologize. Any words like that.
Well, maybe apology. He got to put out an explanation.
Yeah, he put, yeah.
In history, this is why I say that's the greatest diss record of all time, for this reason. In hip-hop history, out of all the rap battles we done seen, when has a rapper ever had to explain himself?
It's only because he's mixed and how light-skinned he is.
Don't matter. Because if it really ain't that big of a deal, that's something you can clean up in the record like that. You can clean that up in the record. You seen from our conversations, I'm pretty pro-black and shit. Yeah. I wouldn't have no problem. Just clean it up in the record.
Yeah.
He could have literally said blackface, really, and then just went in. That's all I needed. I don't need no public explanation. That tells me that maybe you felt guilty or some shit.
No, but because since he's half white or whatever the case may be, you don't. When you see that, people look at it like, oh, so are you more on the white side or are you more this? So he has to explain why he has this blackface on, makeup on. So it doesn't look like he's making fun of or talking shit about.
And if that's really what it was, you don't need a public apology for that.
He didn't need one any fucking way. He's a grown ass man. You don't gotta explain shit to no fucking body.
I mean, he kind of do. He do it if the black population is offended and we the most
buy the music.
But I'm saying all the black people needed
to know
is just clean it up on the record. Because I'm telling you, like, I took that as, oh, you are guilty. You only do shit like that if you really got some explaining to do.
So how'd you feel about Daytona 500?
The album, the Pussy, loved it. Classic-ish.
Whoa.
Classic-ish.
For real?
Hell I don't skip nothing. It's only 7 records, so I better not skip nothing for only 7 records. But
That's why it's hard to put out these. That's not even a fucking album.
yeah.
It's a what? What's the 6? An EP?
EP.
Yeah. It's an EP, but they call it an LP.
Well, actually, no. That was technically because I think to be an LP, I think it only got to be like 40 minutes. And I think it no, but I think no. 7 times 4 is 28. That probably was an EP.
Yeah, it's an EP. I don't give a fuck how you look at it. 7 songs, 6 and 7 songs is a fucking EP. When have they started making shit 6 and 7 songs? They haven't done that shit since like the 60s. They put out a fucking
That's
tape.
what niggas do when they trying to get on, trying to get heard.
Yeah, you know what I mean? That's a demo.
Yeah, but Ye did that because he was trying to do everybody's shit so quick, and he only wanted to do. Yeah, like what he did.
He did his shit the same way.
Push
and Nas.
What's the chick name who fuck with Mon Shepherd?
Tiana
Taylor. And then
He did Nas, yeah.
So that's 4. That's 28 records. Like Ye got it because he wanted to produce everything. That's
30
tracks right there. So that's why he only did 7.
I see his shit in the store yesterday for $13, and I didn't pick it up because Ye. And I'm not gonna buy. I heard it. I wasn't impressed by it, and I like Ye. But I'm not gonna spend $13 on 9 fucking songs. Jay-Z and Beyonce shit. The Carters are sitting right there on the shelf. 9 songs for $13 fucking dollars. But the few songs I heard by them, it wasn't good either.
Yeah. Speaking of Ye, what's your thoughts on Ye?
Ye is nice, man. Ye is the shit to me. I love Ye.
You still like him?
Hell fucking yeah. He gets on track with anybody, and he can keep up, be as equal or better than them. He's always lyrical. I like this fucking I don't give a fuck personality and attitude. And I mean, as long as he just keeps spitting the lyrical shit, I don't see why not to like him.
I haven't liked nothing from Ye in years.
I mean, like I said, this last project, I didn't like it, but I still like Ye. I know what he has, what he could do, how he can spit, and he could go and get on tracks with the best fucking rappers out there and still be just as good, if not better and shit. He's one of the top few people to hold the industry down and keep it alive and shit. It's only like 7 or 10 of them. Everybody else is just in it and they make money off of catchy songs and shit. But Ye is the guy though.
So what's the last record you did like from Ye?
There's one song on that new joint. He was talking about at the beginning. I don't know what it was called.
So you did like something from his latest album?
I did. Overall, I didn't like it. And that's the problem with putting out. Sometimes you can make CDs with too many songs too and flop, and then you can make CDs that don't have enough. And I think a CD should have 15 songs on it. 15 to 17. I don't think it should have less than. That's another reason why I haven't bought J. Cole shit. He comes out every fucking year on time with some new shit, but it's 12 songs for $12.99. Like and he is somebody worth spending your money on. But I feel like, dude, you record music all the time. You probably got 5,000 songs on your computer, and this is your job. This is all you do. You know what I mean? And you only gonna give me 12 songs. You couldn't put 3 more on there.
Duff ain't going for a call.
You couldn't even fucking make it look like. I just went and bought a 50 Cent CD a month ago. It was an old CD and shit that I wanted. I had it specially ordered.
Make sure
What he did was it was a CD with 11 songs, but right beneath it he put bonus tracks. So he had 3 or 4 more on there.
You like
really,
Cole?
yeah, I like Cole a lot. I love Cole, man.
I can't get into him. I know he's good, but I can't get into him.
That boy is raw, man. That boy is sick as fuck.
Can't get into him.
What you think about Nas? I'm gonna make this short, simple, and sweet. I think he's trash. I'm looking at him to the camera.
You ain't like his new joint?
I haven't even listened to it because I don't want to. He's so trash. I have
How long has he's been trash his whole life for it?
Yeah.
So you never liked Nas?
I never liked Nas. His voice is ugly. His beat selection is awful.
His beat selection is whack.
All the time. He raps like a Wu-Tang nigga, even though I like a few Wu-Tang niggas and shit, but he is overrated. I don't know how the fuck he's ever in discussion for being one of the top and shit. And Jay-Z is overrated, but he's definitely not on no fucking Jay-Z level. He's not on no fucking J. Cole level. He's not even fucking with, definitely not fucking with Jadakiss, because most niggas ain't even fucking with Jadakiss. He's not fucking with Fabulous. He's not fucking with Lil Wayne. You know what I mean? He's not fucking with Ye. He's not fucking with Drake. How many rappers was that?
Man.
Nas is super duper overrated, man. I can't fuck with him, bro.
Overrated. Well, it's okay before we get into overrated, because I like to be careful with that word. Where, in your mind, where do the masses have him rated at where you like that's too high?
The masses have saying he's the top 2 or 3. That's what
And
the
you think
masses
he should
have
be
him.
rated where?
Like 25th or 30th or something.
God damn! 20. I would ask you to name them, but that's gonna take a while. Well, you already named like 10.
I
Keep
mean,
going.
just off the, like I said,
Well, I don't
Ross,
agree with half of that
Ross,
list.
Nicki
Oh.
Minaj, you keep track,
Nicki
man.
Minaj.
Ross, Nicki Minaj, Joel Santana,
Joel
fucking
Santana.
Jada Kiss, Fabulous, Cassidy, Styles. You know
Okay,
what
so
I
let's
mean?
do-
Kanye,
This is
fucking
disrespectful.
Push.
Listen.
You know what I mean?
You know what's funny is if you would have caught me,
DMX.
if you would have caught me a few years ago, I would be right there with you because I went into a Nas trash moment. I never thought he was trash his whole life. He had a trash period from like 2008 until 2013ish. I don't like nothing he put out in between there. But his whole life, like you.
I mean, ever
Like
since
nothing?
I've ever heard him, man, and we from the same era and shit. I haven't really heard a song that I had to download. I've never had him on any playlist. I've never had an album in my car. Everything I hear from
like
him,
the message.
no, it's always
I ruled the world.
hell
Ether,
no.
goddamn.
Either was cool or shit like that.
You
but
think he beat Jay-Z in that battle?
that song was really, really, really good, but the overall battle and sneak dissing back and forth, I don't think he gets Jay. I think Jay gets him every
Take
time.
over versus Ether, just them two. What you
Yeah, I
think is
think
better?
I like Takeover better.
I do too, actually. But man, I'm not gonna say
The
Nas.
diss songs on the Missy Elliott track, leaving the condoms with a nut in the baby seat and all that shit.
was
Like, he just always
super
gets
tough.
him to me,
That
though.
was super tough.
He always fucking
That was
gets
disrespectful.
It was.
I'm not
super
gonna lie.
disrespectful.
I
One of
would.
the most
I
disrespectful
wouldn't.
ones.
That's nothing I could forgive.
Yeah.
That's nothing I could forgive.
Yeah. See, now that's some shit you can hold on to for a long time. We talking about grudges of 400 years and shit.
You know,
You know what I mean?
that's-
And then your kids are getting older and they hear that shit.
Cause nigga, that baby has to grow up, and as you let this man put a condom on my baby seat, dad.
Yeah, that right there just takes the cake.
I'm all for
me.
black unity and niggas squashing their problems. I'm not saying they should have killed each other.
Keep that shit on record.
I am saying you probably shouldn't have, I'm not gonna sign with no nigga after you leave a.
Nah.
I don't want to go there. We're just going somewhere personal with them. But
Yeah, I just think Nas don't
Nas,
matter,
man,
man. He's
nah,
overrated.
man.
I know
Nas,
every nigga in New
he ain't
York
no-
would fucking beat me the fuck up out of New York and shit. They heard me say this shit about Nas,
come
but
on, man, Nas
it's
was
just
easy
overrated,
top 10, man.
I don't think so, man.
Maybe even 5.
I just named fucking 12, 15
What makes
rappers.
so? What's your? Let's do this. Let's do like a top 5 or a top 10. But before we do a top 5 or top 10, let's put a criteria out there. What's your criteria?
And my top 5 is quick and easy. I would
Before
just,
you say it, what's your criteria though? Of
the
your top 5?
criteria, my criteria
Is it
of
just-
a great rapper to me, or the
Just
the
pure
people I
liking
listen to.
them, or
No, it's definitely you gotta have some swag to you because there's some people that like I would listen to Jim Jones before I listen to Nas. Jones has some
of his
lyrics,
personality
not
and
as
shit?
lyrical as Nas, but he has some lyrics, but he has a lot of fucking swag though. You know what I mean? But the
Personality.
criteria is personality,
talent, I'm sure.
yeah, lyricism and shit.
Sales matter in your top 10?
Sales don't matter to
Not
me.
also. Take sales
because
off
my
the
nigga Jadakiss gets fucked over, all the time. You know what I mean?
Personality, talent,
Personality.
beat selection, or that's
yeah.
probably not fair though, because
Beat
well, they do
selection.
choose their beats, I guess.
Yeah, they choose their own fucking beats. Beat selection, not so much because
Alright.
if you really like, I can listen to Jadakiss on
Anything.
McDonald Had a Farm and he's gonna go hard on that shit, ain't he though?
Yeah.
You know, see what I'm saying?
I don't think I heard no
We Jadakiss ever in your fucking life.
Yeah.
I don't think you ever will.
Yeah.
So it's always gonna be versatility, lyricism, catchiness, wit.
What's your definition of lyricism? Because I have a different definition than a lot of people.
My definition of lyricism is if it's not making me go ooh and rewind that shit like 4 times.
What makes
before
you
I can
do that?
finish the
Like a
song.
punch, like a
Yeah,
witty punchline,
punchlines.
simile type of
I
shit?
like to hear the punchlines and similes like some Cassidy Jadakiss shit
Okay.
throughout the whole fucking song. I'm riding in my car, I'm going to, let's say I'm driving to Mississippi or I'm taking a 20-minute drive somewhere. I want to be entertained and shit. I like the shit that makes me turn up and get hype and dance and move and all that shit sometimes where I don't have to pay attention to lyrics. But overall, I'm spending $14 on your shit. I want to hear some shit you really took the time to think of and you put it in there and it's like, ooh, you hear what he said? Or I can never think of some shit like that. I like hearing shit like that.
All right, so top 5, your top 5.
My top 5
Is this your? Do you have separate? Like I have 2 separate top 5. I
don't
have
have-
personal. I have a political. Yours is just top
No,
5.
mine is just my personal top 5 and
Based
it's
off of-
political in there at the same time. My top 5 is just like I feel like nobody can fuck with these top 5 people.
So based off of talent and personality, your top 5. That's because that's your criteria.
My top 5 is.
Is this in order or just 5?
This isn't in order. This is just my 5 and shit like that. And it's gonna be old school with a couple new school in there, but it's gonna be Big. It's gonna be Mace.
That's interesting.
It's gonna be Jadakiss. It's 50 and Drake. It's my top 5.
I don't think I've ever heard Mason in somebody's top 5.
Big, Jadakiss, Mace, 50 and Drake.
And
That's my top 5.
And those are the top 5 people with the combination of talent and personality. Dudes.
Yep, swag, lyricism, all that. Big, Mace, and Jadakiss are the top 3 rappers that made me start rapping.
Wow.
When Mace was on, he was the Drake of our time. Would you kind of agree if you think about that? I'm getting the feeling you don't like Drake. Mace is spits.
No, I like Drake. I
mean Mace.
Oh, I like Mace too. Mace, not musically, but just like their aura. I always compared him to Cash because they both had that little pretty boy, big earring look. But I guess I can see the Drake comparison because they both were smooth and shit. Smooth.
Lyrical, but still played the commercial side good and shit.
Yeah.
The guys and the girls still like him and shit.
Yeah.
Most of the rappers,
I can
the
see
guys
that.
just like him. They don't got the girls and shit like that.
Yeah, I can see that. It's a fair
Mace
comparison.
was raw.
Mace was like, Mace was back then. Mace was my favorite rapper.
Yeah.
Back in the '90s, shit when he was popping. But I just exclude him just because I excluded Biggie too, just because they just not eligible to me. They ain't have enough work. Maybe not fair.
When I hear that about the Big not having enough work, I gotta go off of what he's put out and the potential that I know he would have.
The only reason why I would do that myself, the only reason why I don't, is because to me, today, Eminem is trash. But if he would have stopped right after Eminem show, I would have thought he was the greatest ever too. But this nigga ain't had nothing hot since 2004.
Yeah, I know. He's definitely overrated.
Super overrated.
Great rapper, overrated, and too praised because he's white and he can rap.
Yeah. Like from 99 to 03, nigga was nice.
Yeah, 03 was over for everybody. 50 ran it from 03 to 05 or some
Right.
shit.
You know what I'm saying?
And Drake's had it from 05 until this point.
I give him like 08. Cause we had Wayne up until like.
Okay, Wayne was on all those features and shit.
But they was together and shit anyway. So it was a good transition.
And Wayne was on everybody's shit. But
Where's Wayne on your list?
Wayne is in the top 10.
Wayne is in my top 3.
Wayne, and man, it's hard. My top 5, man. Damn, man. I feel bad that I wasn't able to throw Fabulous in there.
So does he get like 6? He's first man off the bench.
No, I could kind of substitute
gonna
him and
replace
Drake in and out, man.
Wow. So Fab and Drake is neck and neck with you.
For me, they are.
Interesting.
I mean, I feel like Fab is. Oh man, I feel like Fab is actually like a tad bit better than Drake.
Wow. Fab is a very forgettable rapper. I say that because I always forget he exists until he drops a mixtape, and I'm like, damn, where this nigga been at? This shit is hard. And then I play the fuck out of it for about a month or 2, maybe 3, and then I forget about him until he drops a mixtape again a year or 2 later.
Man,
And it's like, where have I been?
Yeah, he always come with the hard shit every time. I never heard him go weak ever in my life either.
Yeah, I haven't either. But I think that's because, he don't really have a story. I think a story matters. Like, what's Fab's story besides he's a good ass rapper?
Yeah, I think you might be right.
You know what I'm saying? Even with Jada, he don't really have
He don't have a story.
My top 5, at least my political top 5. You gotta have a story. You gotta have a certain amount of sales, popularity, talent, just with all that shit. So the top 3 is interchangeable. Put them everywhere you want, and that's Pac, J, and Wayne. Rearrange them whichever way you want. 4 and 5, Pac, J, and Wayne. Then 4 and 5, I believe I had I think I had Ice Cube.
Whoa!
Absolutely. I'm all about history, man.
What the fuck?
Anybody, anytime the nigga put out the first greatest diss record of all time with the No Vaseline. When you do shit that's unheard of and unprecedented, you deserve to be in the top, man. Let me say this too though. I'm saying that more off of me studying than living through it because it's a little bit before my time. But the nigga introduced diss rap, nigga. I gotta put him in my top 5. We would have never heard these hit 'em ups and Drake versus Meek and all that if it wasn't for him.
Nah, he's one guy. Nas is better than.
Oh man, I think Nas is probably after that.
Your 5th then?
Maybe Nas.
Whoa, Nas is after.
Nas still like that. I mean, he's dope.
He's weak as fuck. We already know that. He's trash. He's weak as fuck, garbage,
I'm not
all that
saying
shit. But Ice Cube is definitely.
He got the story. He made history musically. He wrote all them NWA records. That's some greatest of all time. He made the. You gotta think NWA is like the first gangster niggas rapping too.
So now, so I don't throw you off. Now I gotta hear the personal top 5 because.
A personal top 5?
Political top 5 really.
Well, first let me say this. My personal top 5 is very seasonal. So, but Pusha T is usually always in my top 5. So he's Pusha T. It changes a lot. Pusha T. I want to say Jeezy, but I haven't heard nothing dope from him in a long time. So
I don't go off of if I if I get in an argument. When is the last time he put something out? That doesn't determine talent.
It does to me. If you're still active, it do to me.
You're still fucking good. The resume you have is still a great resume. So just because you haven't put nothing out in a long time doesn't mean you're not good.
It's one thing if you ain't putting nothing out, but if you have put something out and it wasn't good, I gotta count it against you.
Yes, see.
And Jeezy has put out shit.
And it's been terrible too.
Yeah, I wasn't terrible, but it's not good enough for me to defend it. So that's what you say to me.
Yeah.
So that's why. I mean, but back in the day, though, boy. So
when he first came out, everything was fire. But after like the first album, I don't think anything's really been good by him.
Yeah. Let's see, Push. I think I got put Boosie in there.
Wow.
I think I'm gonna leave Jeezy in there unless I come up with something else. Stack Bundles.
Okay.
Who's the 5th? Meek Mill.
Yours is pretty interesting though. The Stack Bundles was interesting. The political with Q. That was a real whoa. When you watch this shit back, I was really blown away by that shit.
I usually blow people away on my dad. I'm usually funny. Like I remember when I used to always say Push T, my top 5. Push T, niggas like nigga Push of all people. Like
back then, I wouldn't have argued with that about Push being in there. He's always been fucking dope.
I mean, you gotta think.
His brother's good too.
You gotta think. Pusha T. This is how dope he is. Like, did Drake have to respond to this nigga at all? No. Why did he? Because he was one of Drake's favorite rappers. That's what the line with the mic was about.
I see that in the autograph shit.
Yeah, I'm gonna guess Pusha T's probably his personal top 5.
Did you see the video of Drake? He has whatever the
I see that.
Yeah.
So you got that. That's how dope he is. Even though he didn't have to, Drake had. I say that's respect. You gotta respect your opponent. To me, if you consider somebody an opponent, there's a level of respect there. And since the sales and popularity clearly wasn't there, that respect was purely talent, and he respected him enough to give him a response.
See, there's some people who won't, like 50 will respond to anybody.
Yeah, 50, that's just him.
His personality is, you ain't finna talk shit about me, I'm gonna get you the shit. But like Jay, he don't respond to everybody because he ain't gonna motherfucking put the shine on you and have you get more sales and more attention if he doesn't feel like you're on his level and shit. The Drake shit, the Push shit, Push is a well-respected artist. He's up there, and the song was so direct that you couldn't just not act like you didn't know about it and not say anything anyways. You know what I mean? Plus, he was one of his favorites and shit too.
And they've been going back and forth for a minute.
Long time. Yeah, he dissed them on little subliminals on Two Birds with One Stone and shit like that. You know what I mean? They've been doing it for a while and shit. He been going
and that's another reason why I'm kind of mad like, damn, I wish the beef would have never happened. At least I can still hear the subliminals or something.
But then you don't know.
Now they probably it's probably.
But now I like knowing who the subliminals is about though.
You said what?
I like knowing who the subliminals are about though.
Yeah.
Instead of guessing, I wonder who he's talking about and shit.
Yeah.
But when he go out Ye, he always mention Ye's name, and I like that shit though. Man. He be killing Ye though.
I can see why he's mad at Ye for that too though.
He wrote the fucking chorus on one of those songs on the new shit.
Drake did,
and they didn't give him the credits for it. Like it was a whole article about Kanye didn't do the contract or set him up for the writing credits.
Is he still gonna get paid?
I don't know.
That's like a lawsuit. I don't think you can just do that.
Maybe he paid him, but then
maybe he paid him ahead of time. Well, even though like the writer royalty though, unless that was a deal.
Unless he did it for free, but he ain't getting the credit.
Yeah, I guess he could have.
His name's not on the inside of the booklet, up under the parentheses underneath the song. They didn't send that shit in.
He might have agreed to like a flat fee or something.
Yeah, or did it for free.
Yeah, just off the love and shit.
Cause you know they do that and shit. What you feel about 2 Chainz?
I don't have a feeling.
Ooh.
I
like Chainz.
He cool.
I like Chainz.
I don't dislike him. I just sometimes he put out shit I like. He put out more shit that I like than I don't like. I do like. I like the last 2 Chainz verse I remember hearing from him that made me chuckle. It was a shit he had with it was a little buff nigga that had that cocaine song. Damn, what's the nigga name? Got like the high top fade and shit. OT Genesis, I think is his name.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, like a stripper song with him. 2 Chainz was on there. I thought his verse on there was dope. I thought that song would go further, but it didn't. You probably don't know what I'm talking about, do you?
Yeah, I'm in love with the Coco.
No, that's the song talking about the song that him and 2 Chainz got together. I thought that song would go further. You don't know what song I'm talking about though, do you?
No.
Yeah,
Him and OT Genesis?
Mm-hmm. You didn't even know they had it. I thought the song was gonna be cool.
It was on the radio?
It sounded like it was supposed to be.
Uh,
I don't listen to radio like that, but it sounded like it was supposed to be. I mean, it was like this little stripper song and shit.
no, I didn't hear that one.
But I like Chainz is cool. I don't actively check for him, but
I'll actively check for him, but when his shit comes out, I always like his shit.
yeah, you know, he makes his verses.
Now, he's
fun.
the forgettable rapper for me.
Yeah.
But he's not always like, damn, where's he been? Like, fabulous and shit. But he always has some lines and shit that I like. I bought his last CD, Pretty Girls Like Trap Music and shit, and it's nice, too.
How do you feel about older rap? Because ain't 2 Chainz pushing 40 if he ain't already?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like that's fair? Do you feel like 2 Chainz is playing himself being out old rapping? Do you feel like it's fair that we push niggas out at a certain age?
Yeah, I don't, as of right now, man, shit. Because Nas is over 40, Jay-Z's over 40, fucking Fab is 40 plus, 50.
Which I didn't even know.
50 is 40 plus.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And some of those guys are still keeping it going for us. Because if they completely just fucking stop, it would be hard. I probably wouldn't listen to rap music no more.
What about people who are perhaps 30, pushing 40 now, who still trying to become a rapper? How do you
I think they should stop that shit.
think it's just stop?
Yeah.
So there's an expiration date on trying to rap?
In my opinion, man, I mean, because there's a certain age you have to really be kind of to try to get in the music industry. You know what I mean? Nobody wants to accept a brand new guy who's 38 years old still trying to rap. It's always young people, 26, 22, 23.
The only reason I feel that that's valid, because I kind of feel like that too, but the reason why I don't is I think if the content matches your age, I think it's okay.
Yeah. You're
Like
right.
Fab, I look at Fab, I forget the nigga's 40 till you tell me.
Yeah.
He can get away with being 25, and he rap about 25-year-old shit, so that's why it's cool.
Yeah.
Jay, he's old, but he rap about old shit too. I think
Yeah, like he's young.
you know what I'm saying?
His image, your image is what it is and shit. He still makes references about coke dealing and shit like
Yeah,
that.
but he
But
still
he
do it
matured
from
a
back in
little
the day
bit.
though.
Yeah,
He don't say
yeah.
like he's still actively doing it.
But why even keep bringing that shit up though?
It's part of who you are, and I don't know.
He has matured. 50 called that 444 Butler music. I bought the 444 though, and I liked it.
That's why I think like a rapper like 50 is not relevant musically, because the shit that we want to hear from, he could probably rap what he's doing now, but we don't want to hear that.
He just still talks about shoot 'em up.
Yeah, we want to hear that shit, but we know you're not doing it today, so it don't resonate with us. It resonated with us back then because we know you just came out of that. You just got shot in
But
there.
see, the thing with 50 is though, why I don't mind hearing it is because that, I mean, from what we know, he is that guy.
Yeah, we know he is.
He's really from the streets.
Or he's capable of it.
He's capable of going back to that point and getting like that. I know he has people, you know, a lot of rich people probably still have people doing bad shit for you.
Yeah.
You know, shooters and killers and shit doing shit for you. But we know that he will fucking get you if you say something crazy. Still to this day. He really, really, really lived that life and shit like that. And it's nothing fake about him and shit.
Yeah. What did you think about him and Floyd little riff?
I thought that shit was. I thought it was funny, and I thought it was entertaining, and I thought it was something that, you know, for people that sit at home on your phone or YouTube, it is something to see. You know, like
you think 50 took it too far?
50 always takes shit too far. That's what he does.
There's no such thing.
It's always, you know, and when you're in a spat with somebody, it's always you do whatever to get one up on the next guy. You know, there's no such thing as a fair fight any fucking way.
But even though with that, like Floyd being his man's though, because we expect them to make up sooner or later. You don't think? Do you think that they can still be cool later?
I think they're gonna. Yeah, I think they're gonna make up again because this is like the third or fourth time they've done this shit. Yeah, I remember seeing the fucking interview with 50 when he said, I watched 50 say Floyd punched him. And they were fighting in the goddamn walk-in closet.
Yeah, in the closet, yeah.
Because he didn't give him the money. Yeah. He didn't give him the million, some of the $1 million. He had $1 million in a duffel bag. Because Floyd was telling everybody 50 was going to be at the fucking WWF or WE fucking pay-per-view event. Because they were friends and shit. Yeah. But 50 wasn't scheduled to be there. So to his fans, it looks like he was a no-show. So he brings the money. He's like, how much of that is mine? And then Floyd punches him and they fighting and shit like that. You know what I mean? But I think eventually they'll fucking make up, maybe a year or 2 or 3, but eventually they'll get past it. But I heard he had some goons. I read that he had some goons check him at some type of...
At the restaurant podium or something? Yeah.
He told him, in the ring it's yours, but in the streets I'll hand your ass to you and shit. And that, which is true.
That's why I don't know if they'll... At least not... If they do make up, I think it'll take longer than it has in the past.
Yeah, for the other shits.
Because this time, they ain't never went this far before.
No, Even when he was offering money for somebody, you know, offering money to him to get him to read a book out the Harry Potter, or read a page out the Harry Potter book.
That's just funny.
Yeah.
Even if I'm Floyd, I'm like...
50's always funny with it, and then he goes a step further with it and shit like that.
Yeah. I'm not gonna lie, man. I'm still mad that Drake and Push didn't keep going. I got a Prince. I want to talk to you, man.
Yeah, I know.
It's not fair. It's not fair. Yeah. So you used to listen to Stack Bundles back in the day?
Yeah, I listened to him when Jim Jones was putting them on and shit. I heard a couple of songs. Oh, not to get off Stack. I like Stack, but you know who I really, really, really like though? Max B.
I like Max B too.
I got all his shit on my YouTube, man. I fuck with Max really fucking tough, man. That the melodic shit, the shit he says, the funny shit, the cocky shit. Max is my guy, man.
Yeah, I liked him too. They could have been something, man. If that nigga didn't go away and they was still cool, and Jim Jones still had the juice, and Stack didn't never die. I wonder how
the
they
thing is, Jim Jones keeps niggas, like Max said, under wraps and shit. He always wants to be the front nigga and shit. And they all up in fucking Neiman Marcus, and Jim Jones is spending $10,000 on his bitch, but she didn't write none of these fucking raps. You got these niggas with you that's writing raps, helping you get money, doing shit. You ain't.
That may be true,
people
but
die and go to prison because he's not doing the right things with them, man. People have to still go robbing, stealing shit because he's signing them. They're helping write choruses and shit for him, probably helping him give him swag, and he ain't putting them on and doing the right thing.
I don't know. I don't know about that situation, but I think even if Jim Jones was on some trying to overshadow them, I think both Max B and Stack Bundles was too great to be held under wraps too long anyway. They would have.
Since you like Stack Bundles, I know you seen Jim Jones talking about him how when he was alive and shit. Like Stack used to come and ask him, you know, what he used to call him, my G or some shit. He used to ask him for money and let him drive his cars and shit.
Who asked who for money?
Stack.
You said ask Jeff for money?
G's. He said, "What up, G's?"
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Jim Jones is like, he always used to come to me, "What up, G's? I need some money, G's." And he's giving him money, letting him drive the Benz trucks or whatever he wasn't fucking driving, because you ain't feeding people. You let them get on tracks, but you ain't doing the right things with them so they could leave that shit completely the fuck alone. Max B's in prison over $75,000 and a drug deal going bad, man.
Might not have had it like that though. A lot of these rappers don't
Yeah,
have it like.
yeah, that's true
Like
too.
you think I done seen this in person. I done seen who the star was. I seen, you know, they be eating, but I don't think they be having enough to feed. And niggas be having big ass crews. That's another reason why I didn't really care for rap no more. Every time I went to the studio, it's a million niggas in the studio.
I don't know how they do that.
That's too, like, I know all these niggas are not your friends.
No, hell no.
All these niggas, why did you even...
And then they waste studio time. You can't get in the zone and write a song. You smoking too much weed. Niggas in there playing too much. Everybody's phones going off. Y'all having fun. It turns into a party.
Yeah, it's a party. It's a party in the
instead
studio.
of business.
Yeah, I ain't going with that. And yeah, and it be like 30, 40 niggas.
Yeah.
All these niggas are sharing the same Reggie Blunt and shit.
Yeah.
Like, it's, I'm telling you what, I'm just telling you what I know.
That's true though. That's true though. I'm mostly on East Coast rap. I really don't give. I ain't gonna lie. I don't really give the South a chance. I don't fuck with the South like that. The South really don't got no good rappers and shit. I mean, that's why. I mean, I say how it is. And I really feel. I can't sugarcoat. The South really don't got no.
You talking about today or ever?
I'm talking about ever.
Wayne, UGK, Outkast,
No. Hold on. Don't
Jeezy.
not UGK. Not who? Kane. Who did you say?
I just said Jeezy.
No, the South has some good rappers. They don't have too many. The weakest coast is the West Coast is the weakest, the most trash when it comes to fucking rappers. Then the down south is second. East Coast has the best rappers and shit. New York, all that shit. The East Coast up there and shit like that. But
so who's your best?
T.I. is lyrical for the South. Ludacris lyrical for the South. Lil Wayne lyrical for the South. Yeah, they got these people. Even 2 Chainz has some, is lyrical and shit like that. But I'm just saying overall, it's not like the East. The East dominates when it comes to lyrical. I listen for lyricism though. I don't just listen to people to listen to people and they have a few lines. Like UGK is trash. A-Ball and MJG is super duper trash. I don't even know who's more trash out of the two. They so fucking weak. They might have 1 or 2 lines per album.
Bun B is trash?
Bun
Like
B,
he's not lyrical or nothing?
Hell no. His voice, his cadence, the beats, everything, he's trash. Pimp C is even worse. Don't even get me started. R.I.P. to him, but he's fucking really terrible though, man. Really terrible. Like Weird Al Yankovic terrible.
Yo,
shit, man.
you don't fuck with MJG?
MJG and A-Ball is super awful, man.
Oh,
God
man.
Damn. See, that's what I mean. They get, like you said Boosie earlier. Boosie is terrible. He might have some real in his rap, that hits home.
That don't count for nothing?
It counts for something. But I look at the overall picture, man.
So do I.
And overall, they don't.
See, I think
Boosie's beat. He's got his voice is like a fucking 10-year-old girl. I can't listen to his voice. The beats they sound like they're from '88 and shit. When he be rapping on when I hear him and shit, and he doesn't say.
To me, it just sounds like if it's not a punchline, you don't fuck with it. With the exception of Fetty Wap.
Yeah.
I think rap is bigger than that. I think there's more, especially since punchlines was hot 15 years ago. I feel like if you can't entertain somebody in your verse without without a punchline to carry you over, I feel like you outdated. Anyway,
I like to hear real shit that I can relate to. Don't get me wrong. Like it seems like Boosie talks about real shit that makes you like relate to real shit. Like damn, he probably talks about eating ramen noodles and all kinds of shit. You just relate to. You know what I mean?
So let's do this. What's like an actual trash line or verse from anybody that you consider that, like Bun B or Boosie, anybody?
I can't because it's just like
I can't for Nas, even though I like Nas. I got a specific line that was trash.
You know how when you taste food for the first time, or when you see a sneaker for the first time, or you see a shirt for the first time, you know if you like it off tops, right? So me here the first times and me giving people chances and chances with UGK, with Nas, they ran out a long time ago, and I just completely fucking...
How did you not like UGK?
I mean, just... I don't know if it's because, around the time when they probably were pop, I don't have older cousins and brothers to like put me onto the old shit like that.
Play a part.
But listen, when I listen to Jadakiss, even though he's a punchline every fucking line, he talks about he drops gems though.
He got substance.
Yeah, you see what I'm saying? But it's in a punchline, but he still drops gems though. That's like real life shit. Like Boosie probably talks about his shit. Even when he says something, you know, like you want to hide something from a nigga, put it in a book. That's like he seems like that uncle dropping gems on his shit, but it's always in a punchline form and shit. And I want to hear the gems and the real shit, but still kind of in a punchline. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to. Like with Jadakiss or somebody, you have to listen hard because you won't get the punchline. You know what I mean? Somebody like Boosie, it's just straight how it is, and it's like, it doesn't hit hard with you and shit. It doesn't, because...
I think it hits harder.
Really?
Yeah.
I think because it's so soft or so subtle, it doesn't hit. It might pass you by. You might have to listen to it a few times, or it just might not be as exciting because of how it's written and how it's said versus when Jadakiss does it. You could tell Jadakiss or Fabulous right now and Lil Boosie to all write a song like this. And it's always going to hit harder than... I hate them. Boosie has always been my logo for the weak rappers. Like if there was a logo for rappers that are weak, like the Weak Rappers Association, he's always the guy I pick on. Maybe I should pick on Pip C, but he ain't here. But Boosie has always been that guy though. You know what I mean? He's like the logo for it and shit. And he's made tons of dollars off this shit, and I don't understand. I don't get it. We got people like Nicki Minaj that spit that crack, and I don't understand how people cannot want to hear music like that all the time. Lyrics like Drake all the time. I don't got time to listen to that.
So I'm assuming you got Nicki Minaj above Boosie, right?
Fuck yeah. They not even in the same atmosphere.
What the hell makes Nicki Minaj more listenable than Lil Boosie? Well, I guess we can say the voice. That's easy. But even if we're just talking about content, what does Nicki Minaj rap about?
Everything that any of the other rappers rap about. Like I mean, the most thing that any of the rappers rap about is, you know, they're cocky about how much money they got, what they drive, the jewelry, what they eat, how they're traveling, like
so just
this
some braggadocious shit.
The braggadocious shit. But I like to hear the braggadocious shit.
I do too.
But still, and Boosie ain't as braggadocious. You see, he is. I don't give a fuck if you brag or you don't. He's more of a. He's not as braggadocious.
He tells a story.
Yeah, exactly. But it shit still does not hit like storytelling from a big from you know Styles from. It just, you know, I just don't like. I always say he's the Dr. Seuss Cat in the Hat rhyming ass nigga, you know what I mean? Because this shit is just so simple, and I don't want to spend money on that simple ass shit and hear that
this nigga
shit.
is very careful as he spends his money on musically.
I still buy CDs and shit. I like CDs. I like CDs more than I like the music apps and shit like that.
So you don't fuck with no streaming services?
I don't fuck with no streaming services. My homeboy always gets on me about, nigga, this is the new shit. But for
Save
me,
you some money.
It is. Hold up. But this is what I told him. I said, I don't want a bill. I don't need a $10, $15 monthly bill when I only listen to a select few rappers. I don't want to hear the new Lil Uzi Vert. I don't want to hear the new fucking this. I don't want to hear the new weak ass Migos and shit like that. So
no
I'm
love
paying
for
for no love at all. So I don't need to pay up. I don't need to have an extra bill for all this music. And my favorite niggas ain't even coming out often. So I'm paying a monthly bill for niggas I don't even want to hear anyway.
You can still hear all your old niggas on there, all this shit on there.
But I got that shit, or I got them on YouTube already liked and
That's
saved in my shit too. So,
that's true.
You know,
That makes sense.
I don't need
No
that
love
shit.
for Migos?
Migos is they gonna go. They in my history books is one of the weakest groups ever. The hottest rap group ever, or the top 2 rap groups. First of all, let me say this: the hottest rap group ever. The best rap group album I have ever heard is Beg for Mercy G Unit, the first G Unit album. That's the best group album of all time to me. We talk group album. That's the best group album.
Shouldn't get too much resistance for that.
Yeah, and then second would be, for me, would be the Diplomatic Immunity, you know, double CD, the first double CD they had.
I've always said the Diplomats is the greatest group of all time.
I think G Unit is the greatest group of all time, and Diplomats would be second for me.
But I'm considering updating that. But
even though I like the Locks better than Diplomats, but the Dipset had
yeah, because my shit, my greatest and my best is 2 different things. Greatest, I factor in everything, influence and all of that. Best is just my personal preference. So like my personal top 5 was like my best shit. Well, not even I'm gonna say best, because sometimes I know somebody's more talented, but I just don't feel him as much.
Yeah, exactly,
You know, so
exactly.
Like I know J. Cole is talented, but I don't feel him, so I don't listen to him.
Yep,
He'll never make a list of mine.
Yep, I feel you on that one.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So if you could, you know, like I feel Boosie. I'm not gonna say this thing's like super talented, but I feel him.
That's why I said that shit about the Fetty Wap album earlier. His shit's not fucking. He's not fucking with Drake or J. Cole, any of these fucking people lyrically. But that album, no. That album, no, man. I can't lie. That shit was fire.
So when I tell you that I believe that the Migos are top 2 greatest group of all time,
It blows my socks off, man. For real, it's mind blowing. It makes me think you're on K2 or some shit, man.
K2?
I don't.
I say that because first of all, I've liked probably every song they ever had. You don't like you don't like that song? Like you don't like not like they spitting, but they sometimes they be spitting a little bit, but you don't like their songs at all? Nothing? Versace?
I like Versace. I did, but maybe it's because Drake's on it.
Maybe.
And that beat is hard.
I heard it before Drake. I liked it. Well, I don't know if I liked it. It caught my attention. I'll say that.
I think I only heard the version with Drake.
You didn't
I would have no interest in playing it if Drake's not on it.
You didn't like Bad and Bougie?
No.
This is bad.
And the Versace shit, I skipped and go. I had even went on my YouTube and found a version that just had the Drake version on it, and liked it.
Oh man,
You know what I
you
mean?
like the new shit they have with Drake with the 70 disco shit? Yeah,
No,
like
I seen that ugly ass video.
you
I
didn't like
didn't
Quavo verse.
No, now
The dark skinned nigga verse. What's the nigga that fuck with Cardi B? What's his name?
Offset.
Yeah.
I got a song in my phone. It's by Quavo and Nicki Minaj, but the beat is hot and Nicki Minaj really carries those songs. But I seen Quavo shit on it too. But it's like one of these good melodic commercial songs and shit that. But no, I can't listen to anything by them, man. I can't listen to mumble rapping and no lyrics at all. And they rely on beats and I guess tight jeans swag only because I just can't fuck with that shit.
What's tight jeans swag? Exactly?
I guess because I don't really want to say they have swag because to me they don't. But
Really?
then they gotta do a little bit, and I can't respect the music and feel that shit at all. Hell no. And you said top 2 groups?
Only after Dipset, and I don't know if I say that because
That's
everybody's rapping
blasphemous.
like them now.
And you just
Even when Drake was rapping, I mean, of course he did that because it was that song, that beat, so that made sense.
so no over Locks over G Unit. Come on.
Because we talking about, because what influence have they had though? Like the Locks. I know they're dope. I'm not gonna say in a ring.
That's what you were just talking about earlier. If you feel somebody else, even though you know people are more talented and shit like that, you know, Locks is way more talented than Migos.
Well, it depends. It depends how we define talent. Because we talking about making a better song. I'm gonna still say Migos is more talented than them. They're more melodic. Their cadences are better. They're just more catchy. The Locks are more witty.
Yeah. Okay.
I think sometimes we may confuse
the wit and stuff for the hits.
Yeah, wit for talent and shit. Like Migos, they got them records and everybody's rapping like them.
So if you go back to even somebody like Fetty, his hit, he's a fucking. If I say his songs, everything he makes is damn near a hit. Because everything he has, it basically sounds like it has this like trap queen hit feel to it.
I hated that song.
You did?
I never liked anything Fetty Wap ever done in my life.
Man, the shit that I got on my YouTube shit, boy, is hit after hit after hit after hit.
I don't like it. Shout out to him, do your thing. It just ain't for me.
And like I said, he's not lyrical like J. Cole or none of them people and shit. You know what I mean? But
oh, yeah, man. Migos. I got Dipset as number 1 to me because I'm big on influence too. Like, how do niggas greet each other? What did you say when you came over? How do black people say hi?
yeah,
We say,
bro?
what's good?
Yeah, shit like that.
To my knowledge, wasn't that started from Cam and them? When they the first niggas talking about what's really good?
Yeah, it was really good. Yeah.
They had the reason how. Them was the first niggas who was wearing fitted clothing like Jim Jones
Yeah,
and them,
you're
with
right.
the fitted jeans and shit like that.
The chains and
The
shit.
V-necks and all of that. The whole rockstar vibe. They put it. Maybe they're not the very first, but they put the shit on the map.
For our culture.
You know what I'm saying? For our culture. Yeah,
Because
for
the
our
white
culture.
boys, of
Yeah,
course.
because they was already on that
Yeah,
shit.
for our culture.
Yeah,
they did.
for our culture they did. Even like the sound they had with the samples and shit like that.
Yeah,
Like,
a
it was
whole
very
new sound
distinct.
too. Yeah, it was. I love the sample and shit.
Yeah, and And that's why I got Migos up there, because niggas is rapping like them with their cadences. They have their sound. They have their look.
Their sound isn't unique or anything. It's a down south sound.
Niggas,
down south
you
beats.
say that because you're older, but I'm talking to these younger niggas. As far as these young niggas don't know no better, who never heard of Bone Thugs and Harmony or Twister, in their mind, they're the first niggas to ever rap fast.
Yeah, or Twist, yeah, all that shit, yeah. But
We know better.
Yeah,
They don't.
Even the beats though, it's typical down south sound.
That's
They don't got a different sound of their rap
it's the
voices.
flow.
Yeah, it's the flow that's
is-
different, but the beats is still
The
the
ad
same.
libs is fun. All they do
That's
is
one
repeat
thing-
words.
That's one.
I
Yeah, I
love
know.
it.
I know. And that's one thing I don't respect about the down south. I don't like that sound is always the same.
I don't like the sound, man.
You listen to a UGK record or a Slim Thug, and it just sounds the same.
You can say that about the East Coast. Bunch of snares and violins and shit.
Okay.
And shit. Then you go out west and they got the
Movie
wine and shit.
Yeah, I know.
Everybody got. I mean, sounds is always gonna be. It's just
I
what
feel
sound
like
you like.
the East Coast mixes it up a little bit more though, man.
I don't know, man.
They rap on a little,
I
a
don't
little
know.
bit down
Jeezy don't sound
south.
shit like Outkast.
No, he don't. He don't.
Well, I don't think there's a further step. Like, let's two
But
New York
it's
artists.
the
What two New
808s?
York artists sound stupid different? Besides, let's take Mims out the equation.
And I would have never even thought of that.
That's the only thing I can think of who sounded stupid different than them.
I'll say that Fab is one of the niggas I could hear him on any. He raps to any and every beat.
Yeah,
His
but-
shit doesn't have a New York feel to it.
But he got a New York flow. He can do it.
His shit's always gonna be New York because he's gonna have a New York accent with New York slang. But
you could throw him in the Lloyd Banks and you could
how
throw him in
dare-
that box.
How dare I forget about Lloyd Banks all this time? I'm mentioning rappers too, man. God.
Was that your
damn.
favorite Jew Unit member at the time?
50's always the favorite, but outside of 50, yeah, Banks is the most lyrical. He was the most lyrical in the unit, though.
Mine was Young Buck. I was so high on it. I like Young Buck more than Tupac at that time.
I like Buck a lot.
I'm
man.
disappointed how his career turned out.
Buck is hard. Banks is the most lyrical, but 50 is the best. Banks is the most lyrical. Of course, 50 is the best out of the group, even though he's not.
I don't even think he the best. He just got the biggest personality. 50 can't come up with that shit that Lloyd Banks was coming up with.
No, that's why I said not lyrical. He's not.
Yeah.
But Banks can't come up with the hits that he comes up with.
Yeah.
It's not perceived and taken in and shit like that. And maybe if it's the personality, you know that's what. The personality is always gonna. I heard fucking Floyd Mayweather talking about how Terence Crawford doesn't get the fights and the money he could be getting because he's not his personality. He doesn't talk shit to get the spotlight and the attention on you to make everything bigger than what it is and shit like that. You know what I mean? That's why the one boxer tries to be like Floyd Broner and get the attention and the spotlight. It doesn't turn out because he's not that good of a fighter and shit.
He was. He just wasn't disciplined.
No, but.
That nigga
Lyrical,
was nice.
Banks lyrical, Buck is lyrical, but I like Yayo too, especially the old Yayo.
But hold on, let's go back to this bullshit and the personality. Cause before Floyd, outside of Floyd, what other boxers was there with personalities like that?
No,
But they still was
Muhammad
doing
Ali.
it. Oh yeah, Muhammad Ali.
That was it, really.
So that's what, 2 out of 30 years?
Yeah, boxing has been dead since Mike Tyson. Really, Floyd has been the only person holding it. There is no superstars with the S at the end. It's like one superstar at the time, every fucking time. And right now, it's like the biggest star in boxing is Bud.
And to me, Bud do talk shit. He just waits till he get in the ring, which I think is more gangster. A lot of niggas talk shit before the ring. They might get in there look stupid. Sometimes they back it up. It depends.
Yeah.
Every time Bud fight, he don't say too much.
That's
but
what I'm
when he
saying.
start beating your ass, he starts sticking his tongue out at you. What you gonna do?
And it's too late. You need all that shit to get the pay-per-view sales.
I
To
think.
get people.
I see
He's still
what you're
getting his
saying.
money
Yeah,
and
I see
all
what
that
you're
other
saying.
shit, but I'm saying he needs to be that guy. Every time the camera is on, he has to be like that.
I see what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. I don't have a better.
Floyd brought it to my attention by saying that shit, which is true.
I don't have a better alternative, but I'm just not. Just because that's how Floyd did it, is that going to work for every boxer who emulates it?
No.
Because I believe you should be
But
yourself.
how do
and
you?
if it's
You
not
should be
him,
yourself,
yeah.
and that's what Crawford does
Yeah.
and shit. I see him even saying he's himself. That's not him to do that shit. But how do you get the bigger payday? How do you draw more attention? That bigger personality like 50. How do you What do you do to gain the more money, the pay bigger? He's probably, I think he's been underpaid. He's rich, but I think he's been underpaid for his fights. He probably should be getting more money than he's getting, but and for what his record is.
I'm gonna say this. A lot of people ain't gonna agree with me. I mean, some people will agree with me, but probably for the wrong reasons. But I'm saying this objectively, not just because we went to high school together and shit. I think the nigga's the greatest boxer ever, excluding nobody. Retired, active.
Crawford?
Yes. I say that because to me he's the smartest boxer ever, but he's more offensive. Like Floyd was smart as fuck too, but more defensive. I think Bud is just as smart, if not smarter, but offensive. He don't rely on his defense. He go for you.
He go at you. And I like how he could fucking fight left or southpaw or orthodox.
Yeah, you know, it's because when you boxing, you get used to looking at a nigga from one way, and he'll switch that shit up on
and
you.
fight just as comfortable
And
as
now you gotta recalculate your whole shit.
And he looks like he's just as comfortable either fucking way. Like he don't have no fucking. You know, I definitely love that about him and shit.
Because at first I used to be nervous about Earl Spence because I've been fucking with Earl Spence for a minute, and I used to be like, man, as long as he don't fight Earl Spence, he good. Now I think because I think Earl Spence might have beat. I know Earl Spence. Well, I can't say I know, but I heard Earl Spence beat Floyd before in the sparring session. I know everything happens in sparring, so take that with a grain of salt. But
I see there was this fighter Crawford fought here, like a Mexican guy or something. 50s fighter. Remember 50s fighter?
Did the nigga that Bud fought here?
Yeah.
Eureka's Gamboa?
Exactly. Yeah. I watched the sparring session on YouTube. Go check it out later. Gamboa.
Who sparred? Gamboa?
Crawford and Gamboa.
Oh, they sparred?
And Gamboa was beating the fuck out of him.
By the Bud for real?
Yeah. But then when it mattered,
yeah.
Floyd knocked him the fuck out.
Oh, you said?
I mean, Crawford knocked him the fuck out.
Yeah. And Gamboa was nice.
I seen Crawford and Gamboa doing a sparring session. Gamboa was giving it to him, dog.
It's on YouTube?
Yeah. Go. I'm gonna send it to you.
How long ago was it before they fought?
I don't know. I don't think it was too long. Crawford was still already in the professional shit with an undefeated record and shit. But it, like you said, like we just said, when it mattered.
Yeah.
I seen this one dude. He's on there. You can look it up. Even before now the Gamboa shit is why Crawford is in the pros and.
Probably.
Making his way up, he was getting whooped on by Gamboa. Then they had a fight maybe a year or less after that, or whatever the case may be, and he beat the fuck out of him. But then there's this other guy, before they turned pro, he beat the fuck out of Crawford, and he said Crawford's family even jumped in and tried to jump him at a professional fight.
Hold on, wait, take it back a little bit. What happened?
There's a guy that was beating Crawford up in the amateurs.
Oh, amateurs?
And his family,
it was like, fuck that shit.
They went up in there and tried to jump him and shit.
Damn.
But it all goes back to saying, like, damn, because with the record and how good Crawford is, I would think that he would never be beat up.
Right. It's hard to imagine.
I put him on a superhuman.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's hard to imagine that shit. Because he's beating everybody now when it matters.
Right.
When the real money is on the line.
Yeah.
These millions for real. He is dominating. You know what I mean? So when I hear these stories, it's like, damn, really? What, for real?
But it be them stories that be making these niggas. Like Mike Tyson used to get beat up when he was a child. That's why he grew to what he was. As a matter of fact, a lot of niggas who could fight used to get beat up.
I only heard about I seen the Gamboa shit, and then I heard this other guy. I mean, this guy wouldn't be saying it for no fucking reason. And his name, you could type it in and YouTube it because, I mean, and you could probably look up the results, like he really beat Crawford, but I mean, I guess none of that shit matters when you're the top dog now, because look at them, look at Gamboa, look at this other guy, I don't even know his fucking name, and look at where Crawford is.
And that's why, kind of segue into another boxer, is I am emphatically disagree for Lomachenko to be on anybody's pound for pound list just because he had 300-something amateur fights and the nigga only got like 17 real fights and he already lost, so.
See, now, the boxing, I don't keep up with it as much as some other people because there's not a lot of people to follow, but I don't see why Bud's not number one pound-for-pound fighter, though.
They had Lomachenko shouldn't even be on there.
I just seen that the last fight he had that was on ESPN, and I don't think the opponent he had was that good. So he looked better than what he was. I haven't seen a lot of Lomachenko fights.
Now, he's dope. He's dope. Because he fight like he's just dope. He's exciting to watch. But
To keep it real though, I don't think Bud's, a lot of his opponents have been that good either though.
Is it that they ain't been that good or has he just been that much better?
I don't think that they've been that good. Or you could say it's either or, yeah.
Cause
He's so good that the people he's been fighting, they're not on his level and shit.
Because that's when I asked if that's the case. Because he just moved to 147, so we about to see now moving forward. And I think Jeff Horn was a decent introductory fight to that weight class. All the weight classes below it that he's been in, who was there for him to fight that we would have considered that good?
See, that's what I'm saying. You know what I mean? But don't get me wrong, Crawford is really good. I love Crawford and shit. You know, we from the same city and all that shit. And I'm Team Crawford and shit. I wanted to keep winning and beating everybody up and represent the hometown and shit like that. But you know, if it came off the other way, it came off. He's so fucking good that there's nobody else really that matches his skill talent. So,
and I think niggas do that with Floyd too.
But Floyd hasn't what? He hasn't faced good opponents.
No, that's what I'm saying. What I'm saying, I think I just had this conversation the other day with the homie because niggas, he wasn't saying this, but a lot of people say he be ducking people. He be ducking. There's really only two people that I will accept as him fighting past their prime, and it's Oscar De La Hoya, which wasn't his fault because Oscar De La Hoya was ducking him for a while before he said, "All right, look, we could do it" in 2007, and we could say he fought Sugar Shane Mosley past his prime. Outside of that, who was there? And then, you know, and then we got the Manny Pacquiao, which I blame on Bob Arum, especially seeing how that played out, and I don't think it would have been any different anyway. So let's put them three there. So now we'll make his record 47-0. With the 47 boxers, who was there for him to fight? Who was in their prime that he didn't fight?
All I can say is that if these guys could have been past their prime, but if you're still doing boxing, you think you're good enough to beat somebody still. So how are you still past your prime?
And how come?
I mean, realistically, they probably were.
Yeah.
But if you are Mosley or De La Hoya or anybody, and you are still boxing, you think you could whoop ass still.
Yeah.
So you're not past your prime to me.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
Why are you still doing this? You still think you could beat motherfuckers.
Yep.
You retire when you don't got it no more.
Yeah, when you ain't got it no more.
But you still think you could kick ass. You signed a contract thinking you're gonna kick his ass. And what happens?
You got your ass kicked.
But then when we go look at age and all this and shit, then we start saying, oh, he's past his prime. But all I can look at is like, you still think you got it, bro.
And
that's your fault.
And clearly it's deeper than age because everybody said, oh, Floyd fought Manny when he was past his prime. But who's older?
Floyd's older than Pacquiao?
He's like 3 years older.
Oh, see? So,
Floyd, I don't think Manny's even 40 yet. I think Floyd just turned 40.
See,
but Manny's past his prime, so shouldn't Floyd be way past it?
People don't do their research, man. People don't do their research. Hey, you still in boxing, you think you could do it? You're not past your prime. Look at Tom Brady.
Right, because that nigga don't look like he passed nothing.
No.
Oh, he look like he passed 300 yards per half.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
You know what I'm
look at
saying?
Tom Brady.
I mean-
You think you still got it, and you hang in there and you keep doing it. You know when you don't got it.
Right, you can feel it.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
Well, he would think he could feel it. Roy Jones obviously didn't feel it soon enough.
Yeah, and he was one of the greatest too.
Yeah,
Right now, though, I still gotta have Floyd as the greatest, though.
me too.
But when I see what you're saying about
until Bud proves
that-
my theory, this is
it's just gonna be the
hypothesis.
record.
Yeah,
But what you saying though makes a little bit more sense of why Crawford is so good because he doesn't just try to win by points. That's all Floyd does.
yeah. But Floyd
Floyd doesn't have a lot of
technical.
knockouts. He
Yeah.
doesn't knock people out ever.
Yeah, but in Floyd's defense, that's because his hands was fucked up. Remember, before 2007, he knocked out damn near everybody. And his hands got fucked up, he had to adjust, which I think is another thing that makes him great, because most niggas, you a boxer, your hands are fucked up, you like,
you
fuck it, I
fuck
can't
it.
box.
Yeah, exactly.
He adjusted to win, so that's why that is.
But with as quick as he is, how he moves, how he doesn't get hit, how he counter punches, those are all, to me, it sounds like knockout prone. You know, just knock people out and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because you know he can still hit hard.
Who, talking about Floyd at this
Yeah,
point?
not as hard.
Yeah.
Really
Clearly he must hit kind of hard, because if not, I feel like niggas should just come in there and eat his punches, but they don't.
Yeah, but he wins off points, like you said. He ducks, dodges, and that's what you're supposed to do in any goddamn fight. Get hit less
than
right, and hit more and shit. So I can't hold that against him, but it does look a little bit better when somebody's on the attack more, like Crawford is and shit, not trying to duck and run around and shit like that. But I still can't take that away from Floyd though.
Yeah, I want to see how the rest of Bud's career play out. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah, I think he's been getting robbed of the money he should have made. right now. He should be worth more than he is. I think, Aaron and him are ripping him off on the contracts and shit.
Because he even did Manny. Because now I really believe that Floyd story. Floyd said that he offered Manny Pacquiao $40 million, said he'll wire half of it today and the other half, I think when it's done or something like that, and we can fight right now. This was like 5 years before they actually fought.
I see a fucking interview with...
And Manny only made like $2-3 million when they actually fought. He could have made 40 off of Floyd if he didn't let Bob Arum get in the way.
There's a guy named Porter. His last name is
Sean Porter?
What division is he in?
147?
No, it's a guy in a bigger division. Something Porter. He might be related to Sean Porter because Sean Porter was at the interview with him. But there's a guy named Porter. I'm gonna send it to you. There's a guy in the last name Porter. I think he might be one division up from that, maybe. I don't know what that is.
Talking about like up there with Canelo and Triple G and them and Andre Ward?
Possibly. But at the time this happened, he said he ran into fucking Crawford. This is on YouTube. He said, I ran into Crawford. They were out of state or overseas somewhere. Crawford is beating the fuck out of another American. They're sparring, fighting. Something's happening. Crawford is beating the fuck out of some guy. That's a boxer, though. Beating the fuck out of him. And this Porter dude walks up and he's telling Crawford, hold on. I don't even know if they were sparring because it sounds like they didn't even have gloves on. Because the Porter guy walks up and is telling Crawford, man, take it easy on him and all that. He said this was in an alley. Nobody was around. And Crawford clenched his fist as tight as he fucking could and thought that he could beat this guy's ass, that Porter's weighs more as in a higher class. He said, the dude Porter said, I knew then Crawford is a bad motherfucker. I ain't
Is
gonna fuck
this the
with
same
him.
dude who, I remember they was like at a press conference or something.
Yeah.
It was him?
Yeah.
Oh, so that they followed through with that? And that's what happened?
You seen the press conference?
Yeah, I seen
when
the press
guys
conference
got on the suit
Yeah.
and shit, right?
Yeah.
The button up and shit.
Yeah. So that's who he was fighting?
No, he was gonna fight him. He broke up the fight from Crawford whooping on somebody else, and Crawford turns around like, you want it too. And this dude weighs more than a class or two up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And he basically, like, he's not afraid. He'll throw down with any and every fucking body. He thinks he could whoop any and every fucking body. That's what I love about him and shit, too.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's what he knew, that Crawford is bad. He in the alley, no gloves, there was no people around, he said in that interview, to break it up.
Yeah.
There was not a crowd in front of. It was one-on-one in a fucking alley. And he's like, what, you want it too?
That's thorough.
I was like, damn, you know what I mean? It's, he weighs more, he's bigger than him and all that shit.
That's thorough.
Yeah, it is.
Stories like that. Because it's rare these days.
Yeah, it is. It is.
Boy, I can't wait till him and Spence get in there. What do you think Thurman goes in with this? I kind of wrote him off. Or didn't he break his face or something?
I haven't seen anything on him lately. I've been keeping up with the Spence and the Crawford. I don't think that's gonna get signed for like probably another couple fights, man. Yeah. There's gonna probably be like 2 or 3 more fights before that one gets signed, but that's the one that needs to happen the most. But I can't. I want to see them 2 heavyweights, man. The Australian guy
and Deontay Wilder.
Yeah, and what's the other guy?
I can't think of his name. I know you're talking about.
Yeah, I want to see that one though. I think the fucking Wilder is gonna lose.
Think he'll lose?
Yeah, because he just, when I see him fight, it's just a street fight with him, and the other dude has more mechanics.
More poise and
shit. Yeah.
Switching gears, but kind of staying on sports. What you think the Lakers gonna do with Bron?
The Lakers are they're gonna make progress, but they're still gonna be a failure.
Think they're gonna make the playoffs?
I think they get eliminated in the first round of the playoffs. If they make it to the playoffs.
What seed you think they'll be in the West? Well, let's do this. How many games you think they'll win? You don't think they'll barely make it?
Yeah.
So
That'll be 8 or
44,
7.
45
You know how
games?
tough the West is. You know what I mean?
Where you rank LeBron on your all-time list?
Top 3.
Top 3. Who's the
Jordan
other 2
first? Jordan or Kobe.
That's mine too. In that order, Jordan,
Kobe. Jordan's got 1 locked though,
Yeah.
and then Kobe has 2 locked, and then LeBron has 3 locked. That's in like order. That ain't gonna change.
Yeah, That's 100% agree right there.
But if I was a ball player, I'd rather play with LeBron.
I wouldn't either. Why? Let me ask why. Let's get into that. Because
I'd rather play.
I'd rather have this argument with somebody who's a LeBroniac, but
I'm not. I'm a LeBron fan, but I'm not a LeBroniac.
I mean, I'm a fan
I'm not
too,
a Lakers fan. I like LeBron though, but and he's good. I don't know how you can't like him and shit. If you don't like him, you just hating on him and shit like that. You know what I mean? But Jordan is a scorer. Kobe, I love Kobe. I used to want to be Kobe when I played basketball. I always used to pretend I was Kobe when I would be out on the basketball courts and shit. I got moves that I do that I got from fucking Kobe and shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? But Kobe is the biggest ball hog I've ever seen in my fucking life. You know what I mean? He's really good, but he's a ball hog. He's tied. He's up there with Iverson. They're tied, man. They're tied. Iverson hasn't beat. Because Iverson will go out there and shoot 20 for 40, 18 for 40. He'll shoot up 40, 50 shots literally.
You think Kobe was a ball hog in the years they won without Shaq? Like when it's him and Gasol? You think he was a ball hog in there?
My opinion about Kobe being a ball hog, I think he's a ball hog. He passed, of course, when you pass or when you just feel it or when you see it there. But overall, he's a ball hog. I heard him say he'd rather take the shot than somebody else taking it. And that's just confidence and believing in himself that he could get it done versus somebody else. Because there's shit that I'd rather do than have other people do. Like, if we're driving out of town, I'd rather drive and make sure I'm in control of all of our lives because I think somebody else is going to kill us.
Make a good road trip on it because I don't like to drive.
Yeah.
I'll keep you up.
I'll keep you up. But LeBron looks for you. He is the most unselfish. Hold up. The most unselfish superstar I have ever saw. Because he's a superstar. He's not a star. There's stars and there's superstars in the league.
And that's my issue with him. His greatest strength is his greatest weakness to me. Because people say because of that he makes his teammates better. You believe that too?
Yeah, he does. That's why he's triple double prone. Anytime he could get one if he wanted. He could put his head down and probably average 40 points if he wanted to.
I wish he would do that.
If he would just fucking put his head down and bully people and drive to the rim and drive and drive and drive. Stop settling for that 3 stepping back shit that he does. He could average 40 points, I believe, if he wanted to. You know what I mean? But yeah, he looks for the pass, though. Kobe doesn't look to pass.
And when Kobe does, I want to say this. Kobe's my personal favorite, number 2 all-time greatest. My number 1 personal favorite, number 2 my greatest of all time.
My number 1 personal favorite.
But Kobe Bryant, even though I'm about to go into LeBron in a minute, but Kobe Bryant is the weakest point guard ever. Every time he goes into point guard mode, he averages 13 assists and 12 turnovers. Yeah. God, he's trash. Yeah. At that. Yeah. I just wanted to make that point. But as far as LeBron, man, I wish he wasn't as unselfish. Because they say he makes his teammates. This is an oxymoron to me. Because people say LeBron he makes his teammates better. That's why he's better than Kobe. That's why he's better than Jordan. He makes his teammates better. But what's his excuse for not winning rings?
Not being aggressive enough, to me.
I mean, to you're talking about what the people say. Why do people say LeBron don't have a lot of rings?
Because of his weak-ass team.
But if he makes his teammates better, how's his teams always so weak?
Because the teams he's played on, the guys are extremely fucking weak, and he's making them better than they are, but they're still weak.
So if that's the case,
they're weak here, and then he makes them jump here.
But J.R. Smith had a much better career in Denver and New York. Played with LeBron, not so much. Shepard, better in New York. Got to Cleveland, not so much.
They had more touches and more.
Kevin Love. Top power forward in Minnesota.
Yeah.
Got to Cleveland, trash, but he makes them better. Now let's go to look at Paul Gasol. Do you even know who he was before he came to the Lakers?
All these guys you mentioned, they'll get more touches and they're more the man where they were before.
So if he make them better, they should be even better then, right? Amon Shepard and J.R. Smith was never the man. Kevin Love maybe, but that ain't
Kevin Love. Okay, Kevin Love was the man. J.R. Smith, no, it wasn't the.
And that ain't got shit to do with rebounds. You should still be able to get
J.R.
20
Smith
rebounds.
was probably second in charge though when he was there because it was probably Chauncey and him for those years.
Damn, they're second there after
and
Kyrie left. Who's number 2 on the who was number 2 on Cleveland after Kyrie left?
Nobody.
Probably J.R. Smith. Between him and Kevin Love.
Yeah.
Their numbers were still trash.
Yeah, everybody's a question mark to me. Because nobody's dominant, man.
Everybody who played with LeBron numbers and their production was always worse because making your teammates.
It wasn't worse. It just wasn't what it was because they were
They suck, and I'm gonna tell you the difference. Cause making your teammates better happens in practice and in the locker room. When you didn't play like Shaq, when Shaq wasn't taking his craft serious and you coming into practice overweight, Kobe, the fuck is you doing, my nigga?
Yeah.
We trying to win the ring. You out here bullshitting. That's what he did to Paul Gasol. That's what he did to Lamar Odom and all these other people. That's what made them better. Not just passing it to him.
When Love is in Minnesota, he's the go-to guy. His points are up. He's not the go-to guy no more, so your points are going to be down.
Why is the rebounds down though?
He's fragile as fuck. You could breathe on him and he gets hurt.
You breathe on him.
For real. He gets hurt like no fucking other, man. And be season-ending injuries all the time. J.R. Smith, when he played with Chauncey and maybe Carmelo, I don't know if it's the offense or what, or because he was a little younger, or because he tried harder, or if he didn't have Braun to rely on too, his production and his points were up and shit. He was on Cleveland. Everybody was a shooter on Cleveland. Everybody on Cleveland, all they want to do is shoot threes.
Which is another reason why they should have been dope, because that's the Houston Rockets. Shit, that's the Warriors.
But everybody on Houston, though, everybody on Cleveland, I noticed they hang out at the 3-point line and just shoot threes.
What did Houston do?
With Houston, Eric Gordon still drives to the rim, even though he could, and he's a better shooter than everybody we're talking about too on Cleveland that wants to shoot threes. He shoots the 3-ball better, but he does drive to the rim and shit. You know what I mean? Trevor Ariza tries harder and drives to the rim. He's really not a threat. He was more of a defensive,
How you feel about that Carmelo move to Houston? Do you think they get better or worse?
I think Carmelo needs to retire. I think he don't got it in him no more. I don't think he's as good no more. I think Carmelo has always been good, but Carmelo has always been overrated. Carmelo has always been a star, not a superstar. He's never made teammates better. He's never led his team to shit. He's never won his team shit. Oof. He's a great scorer, and lately he's not using that big body to get his quiet 40 points. He settles for shots. It's over for him, man.
I got a homie who loves Carmelo, and when he hears that nigga's gonna lose his mind. I be telling him the same shit though, for the most part. But
he's a role player now, man. To me.
Do you think Houston got worse from getting him, or do you think he could still contribute positively to them, or
I think he's gonna contribute to them.
You think do you think Houston will be number one again this year in the West?
No, fuck no. I think Golden State is always number one in the West until they break that team up, man. And I got them projected and the favorites to win the championship until they break that team up. You know what I mean? That's the best fucking 5 you could get. At least 4.
Houston was number 1 last year. I'm just talking about the playoff seeding. Do you think they'll get at least? Do you think they have the best regular season record again?
Yeah, I think they will this year.
Houston or Golden State?
Golden State.
So Houston gets worse then.
I think Carmelo's he's gonna hinder them a little bit. I think, man. He has terrible shot selection and shit. He just does stupid shit. He's not as potent as he was, man. You know what I mean? He probably needs to lose a little weight and get faster and shit. You know, Carmelo is overrated, bro. He's not worth the money and shit. You know, like they lost. Ariza went to Phoenix because of the pay, I think. So they lost Ariza and whoever the fuck else they lost. They'll get more points out of Carmelo than they got out of Trevor Ariza, but defensively they're going to be fucked off because of Carmelo now. So he makes them better, but he makes them worse at the same time and shit.
The homie think he gonna be they better. He's been calling this for like 2-3 years, by the way.
No, they're
Melo
not.
Going to Houston.
They're not. But nobody else. I don't know nobody else was going after him. They know Carmelo's done, man. I think he should retire, bro. I wouldn't have signed him if I was a general manager.
And with that being said, what do you think the Thunder do this year?
The Thunder, man. I love Westbrook. He's my
worse?
favorite player in the NBA. Westbrook's my favorite fucking player in the NBA. I think they're going to be worse. Paul George is trash.
You think they're going to be worse now that Melo gone?
Yeah.
I think they got better, man. Yeah, I think they got better.
Paul George is weak as fuck. He's overrated. He's always been weak to me. And overrated. He never did shit for Indiana when he was there. He hasn't helped Russell out. He would be on the trading blocks if I was the general. I'd be seeing what I could get for him. I'd be calling all the general managers, letting them know, what are you talk to me. Paul George is up for anything. You know what I mean? Well, not anything,
Jesus.
but if I could get something worthy,
So what would be a trade you would do as opposed to Paul George? Who you think you would get?
Paul George, if I could, I would be calling up Boston, seeing if I could get. They probably wouldn't do it because they're young, but I'd be calling up Boston, seeing if they want to give me Tatum.
Yeah, if I'm them, I know I'm not giving him
Yeah,
up.
yeah. Or maybe I'm calling. I don't know who I'm calling. I gotta think a little harder on that one and shit. But I just call everybody, send everybody email, whatever the fuck, and have everybody holler at me and throw shit at me and see if it's.
Is there a certain type of player you would be looking for, or just whatever talent wise is kind of equal?
Was equal or better, but I prefer a scorer.
A scorer.
Yeah. A scorer. Paul George, once again, he makes dumb decisions, takes ill-advised shots and shit. Shots he shouldn't take when he should drive, shooting threes when he should be driving. Just,
I think the Thunder are going to be a number 3 seed this year.
Wow.
I'm not sure how far. I mean, shit. It was just number 4 last year, I believe. And the only reason they didn't get out is because they all had a bad shooting game, but Melo for real didn't show up. Paul George was like 4 for 40 or something crazy. But I'm going to contribute that to bad luck. And without Melo there, I think they got better. And I also think, I'm not sure but I think that the Lakers will be a number 4. It's either 4 or 5. I think it's going to be Lakers and the Jazz in the first round of the playoffs.
I think Golden State's going to be 1 seed. Houston's going to be the 2 seed. I think somebody like the Pelicans will be 3 or 4.
Pelicans,
3 or 4 with 3 or 4. What seed were they this year?
I think it was like 6 last year. I think Pelicans or 7.
So I think the Lakers will be 7 or 8. I think fucking Westbrook and it would be about 5. And
who's going?
And Utah, it'll be out of Utah. I think Utah will be at that 6 or 7 spot too. 4, 5, 6.
I think Utah is going to be 4th or 5th. Them and the Lakers is going to be 4th and 5th seed. Thunder.
Lakers are gone in the first round.
Maybe I don't.
Either way it goes, it's a failure because LeBron won't be in the championship like he's used to going to. They got Braun and they're not going to go to the championship. And if you don't win the championship, your season was a failure. Right?
Well, for LeBron, as far as LeBron's career, his ship is sailed anyway. What he does or doesn't do, in my mind, he's already what he is. He's not expected to win. Since he's not
his ship
expected
is
to win.
sailed. Stop talking about. Let's go back. His ship is sailed.
Yeah, LeBron's basketball ship is sailed. He's not going to ever be above number 3, and I don't think there's nothing he can do to fall for number 3 on my list.
Okay, that makes sense.
That's why I say his ship is whatever he's there to do. He can go out and average 2 points a game or 80 points a game.
Yeah. He'll still be,
He's still just going to be what you are to be.
Because he's the best in the league still. It's his league until he retires, I think. My last question is, I got to ask you this. What do you think about the Zion Williamson kid?
Who's this?
6'8", 285-pound guy that plays for Duke.
Basketball?
Yeah, he looks like LeBron out there, but I think he's a little overrated. He can't shoot. He's good, don't get me wrong, but you need to check him out later and shit.
Yeah.
He just a dunk. He just mostly dunks and layups and shit, but
I'm not studying. I don't know nothing about him. He's 6'8", 285.
yeah.
So what's his strengths and weaknesses? What's he do?
He dribbles the ball. He's
So he's
real good dribbler. He's like a.
Who you compare him to? Like LeBron, you say?
Yeah.
Like LeBron that can't shoot?
Yeah.
Well, basically like LeBron.
Yeah, he's a yeah, exactly, because LeBron can't shoot that good, but his shooting is way worse than that. But he's a baby LeBron though.
He passes like him too?
No, just as far as the strength, the scoring, and getting to the rim at will and dunking and shit.
Does he play with his back to? He got like any post moves?
No, he's mostly dribbling.
Just dribbling.
Like he's taking the ball from the 3-point line or full fucking court, full speed.
Does he play defense? Is he good on defense?
Yeah.
Like good or just cool?
See, I haven't seen too much because everybody's highlight tape always looks good because it's a highlight tape and shit. You know what I mean? But like even the day before yesterday, somebody going to the rim, throwing up a layup. I mean, it was way up in the air, way up in the air. He ran, blocked the shit. They called it a goaltend, but I think it was a block. But he flies like LeBron. You know what I mean?
285, 6'8".
Just imagine. I'll just think about when LeBron's dribbling to the rim. Man, you could body anybody, bully anybody, and get to the rim. That's what he really can only do. You know what I mean? He needs to develop a shot. He dribbles good enough to get to the rim from 3-point line, or he can run full court, full speed dribbling the ball without it getting taken from him. He could cross you over and shit. He just has no jumper at all. None.
So he's about to be a freshman now? Or about
He's
to
a freshman. He's a freshman now. The season just tipped off. I seen them playing some scrubs though, Toronto 2 days ago. The highlights were on ESPN. So this year coming up right now, when the college basketball season starts, he's a freshman.
Okay.
Fresh out of high school, 17, 18.
Where you from?
I can't remember where he's from. He was the fucking second recruit in the country though.
You play for Duke?
They got him projected as like the 10th pick in the draft. But the way people talk about him, you would think he was going number one. But when you can't shoot, I don't know how the fuck you go number one. And they're playing him at center, that dude, only because he jumps so high. But he's really not a center. He's not a center. He's like a fucking small forward, power forward. Because he dribbles and shit still. But he still bodies you and shit too. Just imagine somebody that dribbles, but they have a big man game though.
Yeah, but not necessarily a postman game.
But not a postman game, but still can't shoot either though. It's weird.
Sound like Dwight Howard almost.
No, because Dwight Howard plays to the basket. He don't cross you over. This dude will cross you over. This dude will dribble and face you and cross you. And go to the
attempts
rim.
to play to the basket. He don't play.
Dwight Howard is a fucking disgrace to the fucking center position on the NBA.
I thought that dude was gonna be so cold.
I did too.
Man,
I thought he was a big, strong guy. He was gonna be dominating, be a baby Shaq. That's why even Shaq got into it. He was doing Superman shit and all that. But he is trash. I wouldn't have signed him. If I did, he would have been. He would have turned down the offer, the amount of money I would have been offering him to sign with me and shit. For real. So yeah, he's over it. His shit's done.
Hell, we can go ahead and wrap up today. I think we had a good build. Talked on political shit, social shit, sports, rap. You know what I'm saying? Any closing remarks?
No, everything's everything. It was a good show.
Yeah.
The next one will be even better.
Absolutely. Yeah, we're gonna have to do it again. These debates are gonna keep going. And the next time, every time we come, we're gonna have more facts to either prove or disprove our original opinions and keep it moving forward. I guess we'll sign off. Man, Duff and Blaqamore. Till next time.
Yes, sir.